God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole. Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole. Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
Is this because I'm playing Outer Wilds music? Do I get rewarded? I get a little treat for Outer Wilds.
Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
Play Outer Wilds, get a little treat. Oh, there's no cursing right now. Shaky Shasta for gifting 5 subs.
Ah,
They're
God
still
damn
going
it, you
through.
fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
No swearing. Alerts. Hey, alerts, don't swear. Those went to Umbrella Fish, Space Cannon, Vicarious Cat Dragon. That's Max and Tony right there. It doesn't help that chat like made it so the full line, like I can't read them all at once. They keep getting cut up. Trixie's Princess and Cope and Hope. Thank you, Shasta. Chat like slid it onto the next screen, which is not fun. Hi. I realize I'm fucking with my eye, but I have eyeliner on, so that's gonna go over well. Welcome. Hello. We're playing Ace Attorney today. We're gonna get close to the end. I don't know, I doubt... Molly said we shouldn't get to the end today, but maybe not next Friday, but the Friday after. So we're very close. I'm not streaming next Friday. Maybe if we just lock in. Maybe if we play the best Ace Attorney of our lives. What if we turn into real gamers? Yeah, that's how that works. That's the wrong buttons. No, wrong scene. Thank you. I should name the scenes what they actually are, huh? Hello.
Hi, bitch.
Hello.
Shit.
Hey! You're the one who redeemed it!
I am.
You fool!
You did
I
it!
played myself.
I wasn't have the tab with the stream muted, and so I just watched you like switch like frantically between all of your scenes.
Yeah, I was distracted by being very amused, so I completely forgot about anything else.
You're the one who did it. Go away, Blizzard.
I am the one who did it. What am I doing?
Blizzard?
Blizzard.
Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
We were playing Overwatch earlier.
Oh.
Why is the bot not saying things? Why did the bot not? Oh, because you put the butt word in there. That's why.
Yeah, Izzy said the butt word.
You can't say the butt word. Why? Why?
Ah,
Merry
God damn it,
Christmas.
you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
This is my Crimbo?
Happy Chrysler.
No, why?
Oh my gosh, Shasta!
What is happening?
What's happening? Did it?
Ah, God damn it, you
Izzy,
fucking
for
dickwad, you
context, we're
kill-stealing
not
asshole.
allowed to swear. Shasta redeemed no swearing. So that's why we said, that's why Alex said you said the butt word, because we can't say the word you
Ah,
actually
God
typed.
damn it, you fucking dickwad, you
Ugh,
kill-stealing
Minor
asshole.
Van Owl, Slim Shady, Astronomy, Maria Smiles, Maddie 70,
Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
Retseem, Wario Reloaded. Wow.
Hell yeah, Wario Reloaded. When is
Uh,
that game coming out?
John,
Holy fuck.
Ah,
Oh my
God damn it,
goodness.
you fucking
John
I'm sorry,
LOL
I'm sorry.
TV, Julian Fitzgerald. That's just like someone's full name. And name I cannot pronounce because it's in a different
Ah,
alphabet.
God damn
It says
you
Emmett
fucking dickwad,
Hart.
you kill-stealing
Emmett Hart.
asshole.
M at Heart.
It says, like, right after the Japanese katakana, it says Emmett Hart.
Right after
It doesn't
the
actually say that
characters.
for me on Streamlabs.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
So
Ah,
the
God
chat on
damn it, you
Streamlabs
fucking
only has
dickwad,
the
you kill-stealing
kanji.
asshole.
And Fanarty 67. crazy. Levi
But
and
we're-
Izzy and
Ah, God
we're just gonna
damn
have
it, you
to
fucking
let
dickwad,
this
you
happen for a little
kill-stealing
bit
asshole.
because we're just on Julian Fitzgerald on the.
Oh, my stream anniversary is coming up in 2 days. Wow.
Crazy.
Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
Level 5 is a new record, apparently. Yeah, I don't think we've ever been to level 5. We barely got out of level 2.
There's only like one of these emotes that they're
Ah,
advertising
God
in
damn it,
level
you
5 that I
fucking dickwad,
want,
you kill-stealing
and it's
asshole.
Cat Scare.
I
I
do like
desperately
Behold
want-
This. Behold This is pretty good.
Behold, this is also good, but I desperately want Cat Scare.
Ah, God damn it, you fucking dickwad, you kill-stealing asshole.
I really like Behold
Oh,
This.
jeez.
Oh, we're at. It says we're at
Well,
level
I
5.
like Kitty Love. I won't get an emote
Oh,
because
yeah, you're
I
not.
can't contribute to the hype train.
Don't. Don't give Amazon half of that money.
Well, they're 35% off if you do 5, which is why I did the first one.
Oh, right.
Oh, are
yeah,
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pay 35% off.
Well,
Oh.
Did I?
You're a loser.
Oh, are they
I mean, you
$6?
must
Because they're
have.
$6 now.
Mhm.
Oh, I was just multiplying by 5 in my head. Okay, cool, nice.
I don't know. It was like
Yeah,
1945
that's-
for me to do.
Oh no, it was $25 for me.
Well, I think you got scammed, my dude.
Oh. got
Okay,
scammed.
it just said 20. There was no option.
We're loading.
Mine
again.
just said for you, 35%.
All right, well I
off,
guess
and just
Bezos
got
gets
it
an extra fudging $6.
back.
Gets an
I
extra
finish it.
screw in.
No C came out. All right, I didn't
No
finish
C
it.
came out.
No C. And when I'm
No
talking about
C.
C, I'm talking about corn.
P.
That's right, my Cenas.
Remember when I messaged the mod chat like, "Hey guys, I've got a headache. I'm
Got a
gonna be
headache.
quiet
You're gonna.
and I'm gonna be reserved."
You're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it has the opposite effect where I'm like, "Fuck it." Oh well, there we go.
Yeah.
You've been
Yeah.
swearing the mostest.
Anyways, we said we were going to try and hurry, and we're 15
Yeah,
minutes in.
Yep. Selena's in trouble.
Alex had to acknowledge the hype train.
Yes.
Oh, crap. It's sad times.
Yep. Selena is in trouble right now because she was scratching at my closet door in my room just before stream. So I have closed my bedroom door and she's out here and she's being very pouty, sitting on the blanket that's left on the floor.
Thank you for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackhole, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end.
Athena! I'm realizing Miles hasn't. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, I know what happened. I didn't have stream open. I was looking at it on Discord. I was looking at it I was looking at it on Twitch, so there was the
On Twitch, yeah.
long delay, and I was just like reading it as soon as it came up, but I didn't have the stream and Discord open. Which is
I thought that maybe something had happened, like you had muted yourself or something, because I hadn't heard you like the entire time. So I didn't
was
know.
sitting over here trying to make a cup of tea
Oh, valid.
and trying not to swear.
Hype chest
What did I get?
open.
I
Open.
got the one I wanted the least!
I got the volume one. Yeah, that's not
I
fun.
think everybody gets the same one.
That's stinky.
I wanted literally any of the others!
Prosecutor
Get
Blackwell will
loud!
be cleared, and the Dark Age of the Law can come to an end. Yes. Admit your guilt and bring everything to its conclusion.
His eyeliner looks especially on point today for some reason.
Yeah.
What the heck is hype chest?
It's where you get the emote out of.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
now
killed
that's-
another. My memory is still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it.
I'm glad Jaden Animations has been here to support us through this entire game.
Yeah, in the back left.
Oh yeah.
It really does look like Jake. So funny.
I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep.
Choo choo! Turn it up! Yeah! Woohoo! Trauma.
I can't do that any louder. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers.
No! No!
Your Honor, please find me guilty.
That's not how this
You
works.
don't remember any of this, ma'am.
I dare say, all these are memories that no one but the murderer would have.
That
Hey.
ain't true.
Hey, Miss Psychologist, have you ever heard of why we don't use witness testimony very much?
Athena, toss me widget. it's your turn.
I can operate this whole thing by myself.
Yeah, I can figure out this newfangled. He just breaks it.
Yeah. I see.
Widget.
Thank you for your confession. I believe this trial has gone on long enough. Okay, we're just doing it. But before we conclude, does anyone have a counter argument?
So I thought we were gonna cross-examine Athena.
Nah.
Apollo. No, that was
Sounded
Phoenix.
kinda like
No,
him.
it was Phoenix.
No.
No, it was definitely Phoenix.
It was Phoenix. I do, Your Honor. Come on, Polly. Get your butt in here.
Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, why? I killed her.
Wrong.
I remember it now.
Well, the eggs on your wrists tell a different story.
The eggs? Oh.
I've been trying to figure out those buttons this entire game. They just look like massive eggs,
Pointless.
or they look like small eggs but big like two big buttons.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering. Never plead guilty.
Never say, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, just
never
don't
say, yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, never say I killed him. Yeah. Always believe in the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer, and I have never been proven wrong on this point ever.
Yeah.
I am Phoenix Wright. Post game 4. Nothing
I'm
bad.
Phoenix right, not Phoenix wrong.
Hey, there we go.
I have truly never been betrayed by my clients ever.
Never.
I said that you. I said that you never change, but could you have actually regressed in these 8 years?
Specifically the last year, yes.
I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth.
Specifically last week, I got factory reset.
Emotionalism.
I was hit really hard in the head about 10 years ago. It comes back.
Izzy, you're saying in this video game that you are not only expecting but demanding that they could make out. Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth.
That's a
Just
the
the
unnecessary feelings, right? That right
the
there.
meme
Yeah,
the meme
yeah.
of the people with like the Muppet mouths just coming together because I could see straight into a person's soul.
I totally thought that because I can see into a straight person's soul.
Which means I have no idea what's going on in this courtroom. We don't get psych locks in court. Oh, it's the black ones. Okay.
It's the ones that you don't have any control
It's the ones that are bad.
I did a little research. I looked into those special psych clocks you mentioned, Mr. Nick.
I wrote a whole dissertation on them. You want to read it?
Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose.
On purpose.
For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself. She's not doing it on purpose.
There's still a chance. Somewhere, deep in Athena's heart. I keep thinking about what it would have been like to play this without the DLC. And just like Pearl shows up and the game is like, yeah, everyone's met Pearl. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I think we did the right thing. We very much did the
Yeah,
right
we
thing
did the
to
right thing.
send
This
that
makes
order.
much more sense.
I think it's weird that they like it seems like they knew what the DLC was going to be, but they just decided not to put it in the game. Which
It might have been.
wild.
It might have been like they cut it from the final. You know, it was like, oh, we have a case idea, but like we're gonna not. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
but
this
then
was
why? Like, why even have him say that Pearl has been met before? It's just.
Mm.
I think Nightbot might not be in chat on it.
Is Nightbot not in chat?
Sleeping on the job.
Exclamation point quote.
Didn't respond to my ad quote.
That's
I didn't even see you do an ad quote.
that's not Nightbot. That's
That's Streamlabs. It's
Streamlabs.
Cloudbot.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's Cloudbot. Hold on.
And it always breaks.
It
Nightbot's
does.
always there for you.
Nightbot.
What's the
needs...
Nightbot command?
No, I don't have the quotes command set up for.
Well, like, what's the
Nightbot.
command for Nightbot? What's the command for Nightbot? I want to apologize to them.
At Nightbot, I don't know. Nightbot and Streamlabs have a bunch of duplicate messages, so I don't know if we do exclamation point Discord or something.
Discord didn't work. Is it also dead?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, Nightbot's in chat. I see them.
Cloudbot should be alive now, which is Streamlabs. Nope, it closed. It turned itself off again. You stay on. Are we good?
Oh wait, is Ass a swear?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
yes,
dang it.
but also it's over.
Oh okay.
It was
It's
over
been
when you
over.
said fudge you.
Oh okay.
Try it again.
Yay!
There you
Hey.
go. Okay.
Can we add the Izzy quote too that I tried to do earlier?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's still a chance somewhere deep in Athena's heart. There might still be a memory that not even she knows about yet. Hey, does Streamlabs have access to that emote?
I would highly doubt it.
Probably not, but I think it's funny anyway.
Yeah, but try quote 85858. It might be.
Wait, wrong one.
It might be looking for a
Yeah.
grain of sand somewhere in the
That's
cosmos,
fine.
but still. Turn up, make out. That
Yeah, I think it
memory,
works.
that memory may contain a new
Shoot,
fact
shoot,
that could
turn up,
prove
make
her
out.
innocence.
I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing, Mr. Wright. I know you do that a lot.
No, Justice is my
I've
partner.
been told you do that a lot.
Oh yeah, he doesn't never know. Now then, is there or is there not a problem with Miss Sykes' confession?
Yes, Your Honor. Nuh-uh.
You can have false memories caused by people telling you should remember something.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like
what the
I
cops
said,
do all the
there's-
time.
There's a lot of studies on witness testimony, and it's bad. Don't do it. Don't witness.
Don't witness!
Don't witness
No
a testimony.
My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it.
Don't look
She's
at
a
things.
psychology student. She should know this.
She's a bad psychology student. That's been established.
I remember the weight
Yeah.
of the weapon in my hands and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers. Was there blood on the handle?
I don't know.
We did establish that there was no
There's,
blood
there
on
was,
the handle.
there was. Oh, that's true. There's definitely something wrong with her memory of the event. I can just tell. Hold on. Yeah.
If there is a problem with her confession, please prove it to the court now.
Just
Isn't
Pull-
that
pulls
the katana
out
that the
and-
defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright?
fully throws the katana at the judge.
Whoa!
Yeah, ain't that cool? I can do it too. I respectfully and vehemently disagree, Your Honor.
But I remember it. I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers.
That's exactly my point. If blood really did get on your fingers while you were holding it, there should be blood on the handle. But please focus on the handle of the sword. There's not a trace of blood on it. And therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
You're right.
I know!
Oh my!
What were they going for him doing there?
Oh my!
Yeah, he held that Y for a really long
Oh,
time.
my.
The defendant must have simply confused a portion of her memories. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor detail.
Except
That's
that was
how
one.
court works.
That is one of the
That is-
things that you were like, oh, that's only a thing a killer would remember.
Edgeworth drives me crazy in this trial.
I mean, he's doing it on purpose. He knows what he's doing.
Edgeworth's job is literally the asshole devil's advocate. at this
Yes. He's the kid from that Defunctland video who apparently wrote rules on how to be a lawyer in that Kid City, which was just say prove it over and over again until they give up.
God.
But she also said, there's no question, I remember it. A fact we can't ignore.
In that case, why don't you explain what this contradiction with her memories means?
Prove it.
Gladly! Just give me a second to say something. I want to say that Athena didn't stab anyone. But she said herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Think, Phoenix, think.
She stay.
What could be the contradiction with Athena's memories mean? The blows life off the way. Defendant uses a different weapon. Miss Sykes said blood flowed down the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So, doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana?
What are you up to this time?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
What
Let's
else do
figure
we
it out
have?
when we get there.
Did they use the knife? This is it. The knife doesn't have blood on its handle either, right?
We don't have the knife from
The utility. We don't have the knife.
from
Like
8 years ago. We have the knife that
I
has
don't-
clay that was used to kill
right,
clay.
right. But this is
But they
standard
did
issue.
say it's a standard issue knife, and they didn't find a knife in the utility kit in the robotics lab
Yeah.
when they investigated.
I mean,
Because someone
clearly,
used it.
what's his fuck could have taken it. Like if there was another weapon there.
Yeah.
My beautiful son, what's his fuck?
Yeah. This is it. That's what I'm gonna name
Yeah,
my
him.
first child. This time, I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good.
You stabbed your mom with something else.
The weapon that took Dr. Sykes' life was a katana. That much is for sure. Really? Okay. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana, it could help me prove her innocent.
A different weapon, you say? What weapon would that be exactly?
Right, of course you would ask that.
I can see you're floundering, Mr. Wright. Did you speak without thinking again?
Right,
As always.
right after she witnessed her mom die, she went and she, like, just went nuts on a watermelon. That's what she's remembering. How does he do that?
Warm, hot
Do we know the date?
watermelon.
Do we know the date? Do we know the date
I don't know.
Today or
of when she died?
October 7th.
Fucking pumpkin carving.
Hell yeah.
Are your pumpkins drippy?
You know?
Some of them are.
If you leave them out too long,
drippy like blood drippy? That's a problem.
that's a bad pumpkin.
Yes.
She went tomato carving.
Hot, warm tomatoes.
Yeah, you put the tomato in the microwave for like 10 seconds.
So it gets all plasma inside.
I got busy.
How does he do that? But I can't back down. Not here, not now. That's right, I did. Because it's so obvious. Doesn't require any thought. Unlike
What
that
did
bitch
you
over
say?
there. You're a thought.
What?
Okay.
I'm about 10 years behind on my sort of studying.
I think it's
So is
okay, I
so
think
is
it's really-
Phoenix.
fucking
Mistake
funny
thought.
if Phoenix knows all the slang and Edgeworth knows none of it.
You learned it all from Trucy. Trucy is a
And
TikTok
so he
kid.
just says shit. And Edgeworth's like, what are you talking about?
Trucy specifically teaches Phoenix that things that are out of date. But they're even more out of, like, they're not in date yet for Edgeworth. So there's like a timeline of memes. Okay, so maybe that was an exaggeration, but there has to be something. Was there something other than the bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day?
Was there
Some
some
other.
other?
Was there something else? Maybe there's something in one of the crime scene photos. Stab. Just try to plug her in. Wait a minute. There is something. There's a high probability that that was in the lab. Don't have a particular weapon here in the epitence right now. I do have a piece of epitence just like it. Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been used at the crime scene. Okay, cool. I was right.
But there's a murder weapon in the Clay Terran case. But that's the murder weapon. There was a murder weapon, and
There
that's
is
it.
one, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sure was, Your Honor. Yes.
Good job.
Good job, buddy.
Proud of
So,
you.
my job.
This is the knife that took Mr. Terran's life.
No, we're not doing that one.
But there must have been a knife just like this at the scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this are, like this one, are issued by the Space Center employees. Issued to Space Center employees. And the robotics lab especially would naturally have one of these around. Yeah, you know.
5 Space Center employees, 2 Space Center employees.
Knife.
Besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the site.
Well, duh, you saw someone carting shit away.
It was in the investigation report, if you didn't know.
Objection!
Of course I knew that. Once you told me just now. Thought you were supposed to give me everything, you stupid bitch.
Then here's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene, but it didn't contain any blades. Here's a photo of its contents.
Oh
Was
my
the
god,
clearly
it's a
missing
puzzle.
blade?
It's a puzzle!
I mean, it's Gax.
You're right. I don't see any kind of bladed tool.
It's a puzzle, folks.
That's
Sure.
Blackwell. That's what you're looking at, Judge. Blade tool.
Yeah, don't think it's a...
It was a good job. Good job, Miles.
Fine. But isn't there something odd about the design of these handles?
I can't believe somebody put the tools back in the box like that. I could never. It would drive me
I would find them.
crazy.
Hey, you know why that knife would be missing? Because I would have killed them.
Therefore, there was no other bladed weapon in the room.
Metis was real disorganized.
Selena, why are you looking at me like that? Okay, yeah, go back to sleep.
She had to keep her lab so sparse because otherwise it would be a mess.
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife.
A knife?
A knife.
What proof do you have of that?
Oh my god, he's literally doing the thing that Shasta said.
I said it, but sure. Don't.
What?
I was the one who said the prove it thing.
Oh, sorry.
Don't tell me
Yeah,
your
they
I.
sure were. They said it like 3 times.
Prove it.
What?
Don't. I don't think I said it. I've said it previously. Don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
You are the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense.
Oh my god, they've had this fight before.
For sure.
Now, he is simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright.
Which is clearly damaged. Notice that the handles of each of these tools have a sort of design on them.
Ah, I see that they do. But what significance does that have?
Are they saying that the reason why we know a knife would be missing is because the design's wrong?
And not because there's
And not
clearly
because
empty
there's an
pot.
empty... Yeah, exactly!
Anything could be there.
I think what they're saying is that we can prove that this knife
Is part of this set.
is part of this set.
So it's the same
because
knife
of
from
the
7 years
design.
ago. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. It's
Not
clear
just,
that
like-
one of the tools is missing from this kit.
Yeah, not just that one thing is missing, that one thing could be anything.
Hmm. If we rearrange the tools into a specific pattern,
It could be a can opener. Like, could be like a bottle opener,
Yeah.
right? Like, it could be anything.
we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing.
Is that the theory your pitiful sense of aesthetics helped you come up with?
Ezra, just let it go, man. I really liked that couch.
Show the court then, if you would.
You're so fucking
the
petty. Oh my
the
God.
couch. Show us the couch. Bear your
Look,
shame.
Doug, it was denim. You have to admit.
What pattern or design would we see if we were to arrange the tools?
Do we have? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Take that!
And what design is
It
this
looks like a
supposed to
book.
represent?
The Gyaxa logo, Your Honor. It's on all of the Space Center's documents and pamphlets. As you're aware, Gyaxa is the program that operates the Cosmos Space Center.
Look at how brilliant the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entryway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Ah, I think I see it now. But
Yes, with just the tools shown in this photo. The red A part of the logo is missing. This is where the murder weapon from the Terran case comes into play.
Where you did like the goes missing, you sounded just like Aura for a second. The idea that Phoenix is doing a fucking perfect Aura impression is really funny. Sorry, I realize we should keep going.
If we were to place a utility knife in the open slot, Phoenix can only imitate people that sound like me. Crazy. It would complete the Gyaxa logo.
oh, it would. Then that means
Admit it, Mr. Edgeworth. My aesthetic sense is keener than yours. And while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Sykes used could have been this one.
Gah!
not the Ningu.
Gah!
No.
What noise is that supposed to be?
I don't know.
I think it was a
like,
no.
like,
There was enough O's in a row. I think it was an extended girl no.
no.
Order in the court.
No! Miss Sykes confessed to having a memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Sykes most likely did stab someone using the utility knife, Clay Terran, who then jumped to the future and died.
He got in a rocket ship and went really fast.
Yeah, this is definitely 999 vibes in this case specifically. Yeah, that's what's happening.
However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Sykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing that Miss Sykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Sykes. Ezra's like, so she did kill someone. She killed Clay.
Very well. Let's suppose for a moment that Miss Sykes did use the utility knife. Tell me, how does that change anything?
Come again?
What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon? What if the real weapon took the victim's life was the utility knife?
Don't be redonkulous. Or are you changing the premise of your entire argument?
I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. Miss Sykes could have put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon.
Yeah, when
This
she was
11-year-old
she was 11.
This 11-year-old is better at concealing her murder than half the people we have in this court.
And then concealed the knife on her personage until Blackwell carried her away.
That does clear up the contradiction between Ms. Sykes' memories and the evidence.
If, in fact, the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand. For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us. Then you have for you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection!
The prosecution is attempting to lead the court.
Objection!
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright,
Nuh-uh.
by forcing us to forget the facts of this case. Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder? That, and that the defendant herself recalls stabbing someone with her own hands.
No.
It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana or a utility knife. As long as we know the victim and the defendant were the only ones there, you cannot escape the fact that it was Athena Sykes who killed her own mother.
No, believe it. Why? Why does this thing keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes, and the suspicion keeps coming back. It's almost as if.
Now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradictions keep vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the defendant because that's where it belongs. Phoenix Wright, when will you open your eyes and accept the truth?
No.
Passes out.
Yeah. I don't want to believe it. It can't be true.
Oh my god, it keeps doing it!
What if? Mr. Wright, stop yawning over there.
Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight. I think you've done all you can do.
Apollo. Is
Apollo,
giving
come
up
in here and apologize for being gone so
really
long.
the only option? No! Snap out of it, Phoenix! What's the matter with you? Given into doubt. I can't look back, for it is the only way to go! No, Your Honor, not yet! It isn't over yet!
Right.
I can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena, and I'll always believe in her, to the very end! I've known her for like 6 months, but it's fine. A defense lawyer never gives up on his client. I have to pick myself up and stand firm. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix. Think good. I need the same sprite that Apollo has, where he's just pointing at his brain.
Oh, true.
I don't see a way. I'll just have to go back and look for one. Time to fabricate evidence.
Into your brain.
Time to fabricate more evidence. Time to rethink this case thoroughly. Yeah!
Let's
Yeah!
go!
I can see the fact that Athena must have stabbed someone with a utility knife.
From Mind Taxi.
Yeah. This must have been what Ponko witnessed as Athena's hug. But Prosecutor Blackwell didn't see the knife at the scene. That means someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab? Someone else. A third person was at the scene.
Oh, shit.
If I trust Athena, then I have to conclude that there was a third person at the scene. But according to Ponko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only 2 there. So then, how did this third person manage to escape Ponko's detection? I know this person must have fooled Ponko's facial recognition by covering their own face. There was the mask. There was the mask there. But wait a minute. Ponko has a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered up their own face, Ponko would have still detected their presence. But she wouldn't have been able to tell who they were. Wait, that's it! The culprit could have been covered their face and posed as which person to avoid detection. Simon Blackwell!
And it's Sykes.
Yeah.
Because Athena stabbed them.
That's also fair. It could have been Metis. What if the culprit covered their face and posed as Prosecutor Blackwell? Upon Cody said she recognized the real Blackwell. Okay. I guess 2 prosecutors isn't the answer. Back to the drawing board. Culprit could have covered their face and... Yeah, okay.
really love this mechanic. I think it's really smart.
Mr. Wright.
Because she
And in
also
previous
left her.
games, it would have. In
Yeah.
previous games, it would have just like made you come to this conclusion on your own.
Over 3 or 4 different things.
Yeah.
Because she left her coat in her lab most of the time. They said that much.
You're right, you're right.
Come in and grab the coat.
Yeah. If the culprit posed as the victim, that would explain why Ponko thought only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's basic recognition features. The culprit used this in order to pose as the victim. Her jacket. Her katana! People were identified via katana. The culprit could have posed as the victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. But that still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Sykes' heartbeat too. So does that mean the real Dr. Sykes was already dead by that time? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab? I like the idea of an 11-year-old fucking stabbing her mother's murderer. That's it. The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Sykes. It was the person who murdered her and then pretended to be her, the real culprit.
Right, has finally finished thinking. Let us bring this to a swift end.
There is someone who we have seen. We haven't seen anyone who has like explicit injuries, but there is someone who only uses a Segway to get around. And if an 11-year-old stabbed you good enough in the leg, you might have to use a Segway.
I was gonna say, there is someone we have explicitly seen wearing other people's clothes.
Who?
Clay Tarrant in the picture he has on
yeah.
someone else's
Oh my
jacket.
god.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. It could still be Clay, but also like, Starbuck is kind of accounted for during this time period because he was in space. We don't know explicitly what was going on. But Yuri
Kind of accounted for by like having a fucking catastrophe happen to him in the void of space.
There are 3 we haven't heard shit about where Yuri was, where Clay was, and where Aura was. So
I think we've kind of ruled out Aura as like a prime suspect because
it would
she did
bat
this.
shit. It would be fucking crazy if she was like, no, the wrong person went down for the murder that I did. It has to be Athena, so I'm gonna keep poking this bear. That would be truly
I could see
insane.
them doing it of like, I was trying to frame the little girl, but my brother took the fall like a dumbass.
But
and I
my
needed to
stupid
save
fucking
him.
brother got if it wasn't for my meddling brother. And it's like at a certain point, just accept that you got your brother killed and take the L. You're not going away from murder.
Yeah, and Aura just keeps a framed photo of Metis on her desk for victory reasons.
Yeah, it would be crazy if Aura did this. So that feels wrong.
I mean,
But
if
they've done crazier.
she could be extreme toxic, Yuri. The only way I can have you forever is if I kill you and frame your daughter for it.
Listen, I love you, but you had a daughter, and that was too much of a reminder that you're straight. I need that out of my life. And you're not gonna
You
let me.
and her both out of my life.
Then I could just have a picture of you without her on my desk.
And then that
Can I
you're
remember the good parts and not the bad parts, aka your daughter.
and the
I'll
death
talk
that
to you
I
about it, and you don't have to
caused.
hear you talk to me.
And the death
about
that
your
I
daughter.
caused made me so depressed that the robots noticed it. And I went crazy insane. It started kidnapping people.
Made me so
Yeah.
depressed the robots noticed is such a funny concept. I'm obsessed with it, actually.
Yeah, so
Anyways, I think we don't think it's Aura.
it's either Yuri or it's either Yuri or Clay. Like those are the only 2 people it could be.
It's so much Yuri questioning. I gotta assume it's Clay.
And but yeah, we did Yuri question, but we
It's
truly
toxic Yuri.
we truly have not heard shit about where he was. And technically Clay was not an employee, so it's deniability that he wouldn't have been in there. in the first
I
place.
feel like he probably would have been in the command center
Dealing
putting
with
out
the-
the
yeah,
fires
no,
of
that's
his
true.
employee who was in space having a catastrophe.
That's yeah, this is the option. Anyway. Oh my god.
Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can move on to the hostage negotiations.
No.
You are absolutely right, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I hereby...
Objection!
I
No.
didn't say I was finished! I was only pausing for a second.
I do need to breathe sometimes.
But I realized something so shocking that I had to take a break to digest it. Fucking dramatic bitch. But now, I know for a fact that Miss Sykes is innocent.
But Anko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime.
Yes! Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you used the utility knife.
Oh, you said that.
But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother. He stands so casually for what he is saying that I really like the idea that his voice is so dramatic about it, but he is not.
His voice is picking up all the slack.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright?
Hashtag the hug. The answer is Shrimple. The person Miss Sykes stabbed was a third person posing as Dr. Sykes.
What?
It's really quite simple, Your Honor. I don't know why you're confused.
Do you really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright?
Look, at every point and moment in this fucking case, all I have done is said there was a third one. That's been the theme of this case. There was another one.
Your Honor and Edgeworth, have I ever been wrong?
I've truly never been wrong about my clients ever in my life.
According to the robot's statements, there was no third person there. Do you really think I wouldn't see through your ludicrous grab for time?
Aha, but by the rules of D&D, once you die, you become an object and not a creature.
After all we've been through, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm disappointed. Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence?
Oh, you make that pose all the time, regardless of the facts.
I'm gonna ignore that. Clonko's,
And it literally does. Yeah.
Choosing to ignore
Yep.
that one.
Clonko's strange malfunction. There's a reason why we
Asshole.
haven't faced each other in court in a really long time, because it causes issues at home.
Oh, it's me, right.
Yeah, you're Clonko.
Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay?
Mr. Terran?
Yeah, I did remember that. Mr. Terran, but that's Apollo you're talking to.
It was Apollo was
Wearing Clay's
Clay's
jacket. That's oh. Okay, so I thought he was remembering something that like Clay was wandering around after being stabbed and Clonko ran into him. But that makes more sense because Apollo is all bandaged up and fucked up, but he's wearing Clay's coat. That tracks. Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost.
She's just being a bitch.
That was another case of mistaken identity caused by the jacket ID tag. All because Clonko didn't read Apollo's facial features due to that eye patch. I think every time Aura has come up in this game, I have either been losing my voice or kind of sick. And so she has a very specific voice because of that. Looks like Mr. Edgeworth said a mask could nullify the robot's facial... Like Mr. Edgeworth said. I almost said Master Edgeworth. A mask could nullify the robot's
That
facial
would be
recognition.
awkward in the courtroom.
And then, it's like,
Damn.
Phoenix.
There's crickets and Phoenix is just like, ha, it's because I'm so right. And then the judge is just like, Master?
All the person.
I'm calling him. I'm doing the thing where it's why like Bruce Wayne is called Master Bruce because it's the formal term used for children. I'm messing.
Hey.
I'm insulting him.
Whatever you say, Mr. Knight.
All the person would have to do is wear the jacket with the victim's ID tag to pose as her.
I'm no spring chicken, you know.
Oh
Of
god.
all the ridiculous theories, what good would a silly disguise like that do? Finger, like the finger wiggle with the no text is very funny.
A
Have you
clean
forgotten
finger
the robot
wiggle.
also has a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because by that time, Dr. Sykes' heart had already stopped beating.
What?
So does that mean? Sorry, my mom came in.
Hi, Mom.
Yes, Your Honor, the person Miss Sykes stabbed.
Yeah.
This third
Yeah.
person who is posing as Dr. Sykes is her mother's real killer.
But that's... I'm... impossible!
You sure are.
Impossibly.
You didn't even say it right, Edgeworth.
I figured it wasn't I am because the imposter wasn't there, but at that point I'd already said it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Person I stabbed was wearing a mask?
Order! Order in the court. Miss Sykes, did you say something?
Oh! Ah!
I
Ah!
remember.
Same.
That shit left like made me scared. Like to turn the lights off.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the mask and I knew what it looked like. It's just
Yeah.
the image of someone looming
That angle
over
is-
me with that
Yeah,
mask
no, it's
on.
very
With that
good.
mask on?
And Ingle's
Like
so
you're
fucking
like your
scary.
little 11-year-old?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that whose mom just died in front of me. Athena, what is it?
What is it, girl?
I...
Clay Terran's stuck on the well. Is that one of them? One of them Splody? One of them Splody? Come on.
I remember a man with a mask. How could he? What did he do to my mother?
The jacket! The jacket's fucking slashed!
Is this the first time in canon seeing like Cyclops in court? I don't think we've ever seen Cyclops in court.
I
prior to
think
this.
that's true.
Yeah.
Also, the jacket is slashed. That's
Yep.
where she stabbed him. She
That's
stabbed him
true.
in the side, which is like the same place that Clay ended up being stabbed and killed. Tell you, time traveled.
Wait, see.
My head.
Miss Sykes, are you all right?
We're unlocking trauma.
No!
Come on! The Black Cyclops! They're breaking! Well, one is. Oh, no!
I forgot how fucking hype they made this. Holy shit.
Four.
We've unpressed the trauma!
Unrepress that shit, girly! Yes!
You're free.
It's all coming back to me. Everything that happened that day my mother was murdered.
Hi, Max. Gosh, Joshua was just giving out subs at the beginning of the stream.
Well, Max, we're unlocking trauma here.
We're unlocking trauma.
Rather literally, it's quite fun.
How goes a sexual attorney? It's very sexual. Our boyfriend is the prosecutor right now. They're gone! The Black Cyclops are finally gone. You didn't really stab your mother, did you? It's alright, Athena. Just tell us what you saw that day.
You said that with the tone of somebody accusing her of stabbing her mother. Like,
Yeah.
you did stab your mother, didn't you?
did.
You didn't. Oh, come on.
I was drawing a picture. When I was done, I went to show it to my mom.
Ah!
I opened the door. And then...
Are we gonna get it? No. Okay, I thought they were gonna do an animated. Oh, they might still. They might still. It's alright. I'm right here. You're safe, Athena. Oh, we're gonna get the full fucking cuts. We've only seen, like, screenshots and, like, snippets and it going all over the place. Okay.
She was on the floor by the workbench with the katana sticking out of her.
Oh my god! They left it in!
There was a handkerchief over her face, but I knew it was her by her clothes.
Oh, Jeebus.
And there was a man there.
A man?
A man? Quiet, Your Honor! Go on, Athena! Your Honor, shut the fuck up!
He tried to attack me. In a panic, I grabbed the knife that was there and...
Honestly, the most baller move that any child has ever done.
Hey, fight or flight? She picked fight, baby.
Uh-huh. Imagine telling a judge in U.S. court to shut up. Hey, that's what the main prosecutor of this game has been doing the entire game!
Yeah.
He's been threatening him with a sword.
And has been threatening. Yeah. There's been a lot of...
He doesn't have a hold it line. He just says silence.
He dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again.
And again and again and again. Hell yeah, Athena.
I tried to stab that man so many times.
And calling him names. Yeah, your baldness. And he also has gotten whipped a few times in this courtroom. Ah, memories. And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand.
Ouchie. Okay, hold on. Who wears gloves? We can't see anyone's hands in the court record.
Clay does.
Clay does wear gloves. I mean, he's an astronaut. Like, I think Yuri also wears gloves, and so does Starbuck. This is useless. And so does Aura.
And I passed out.
Everybody's wearing gloves.
Everyone's wearing gloves. This is a science facility.
Meyer Bros in here.
Phantom. Phantom of the Space Center.
Yeah. Well, that's what Blackwell was calling this person.
When I came to, my mom wasn't moving. I had to do something. I had to fix her. I thought. So I asked Ponko to move her to the operating table. Something's wrong with Mom. So I'm taking her apart to fix her.
Saying it that way is maybe a lot. He maybe should have just said, I'm gonna fix her.
I mean, that's probably what her mom said whenever she'd fix a robot.
That's true. I'm gonna take him apart to fix him. So that's why she said that.
Oh, because if Athena was watching her mom take robots apart and was freaked out by that, Athena's mom being like, I'm taking them apart so I can fix them would be actually a
Yeah.
Be reassuring.
Yeah.
The fact that Athena has blocked this out so badly that she also has seemingly created a scenario in her head where she didn't like her mom that much anyway is fucking devastating.
Heartbreaking, yeah.
It's really bad.
It's so sad. I can see why this got an M rating. Jeez, for psychological torture. That and all the blood. All of the blood.
Child covered in blood, right?
Yeah.
Like that's, I think, part of it. Like Athena, like literally, like smiling up at you while covered in her mother's blood is like a very freaky image.
Yeah. Your Honor, as you can see, the defendant has just given us crucial new testimony. A man was here before Miss Sykes arrived. Was there. Also here. A lot of people, coming in and out of here. A man who covered the victim's face and put on the victim's jacket. This man is the real culprit.
Miss Sykes, do you have any idea who this man was?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
A few moments ago, Miss Sykes mentioned a mask. Athena, can you tell us anything about that?
Oh, if only we still had the... Wait, in the autopsy report, do we still have the picture where they, took off his glove to get his... for Clay, because they took off his glove to get a hand print.
right. We don't
have that autopsy report at
we don't have his autopsy. Also, hold on. Look at this picture. Look at his hand.
Uh-huh.
He moves.
Those bastards.
He moves. He travels. He slides to the left.
What moved?
Okay,
You
in
can
the
see his hand
preview.
in the picture.
In the preview, you can see his hand. In the actual zoom in, they shift him over to the left.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, they do. That's really weird.
What does it mean?
Because I was actually trying to get a look at his hand just in case if we were still on the theory that it was Clay, but
I think it was Clay.
I think that is actually Blackwell. I think that part is Blackwell. I think he did actually carry Athena out. So I don't think there's any shenanigans by us not seeing his face.
It's very possible that they just had him facing away every time, so they didn't have to make a younger Blackwell face.
Yeah, they just did his hair.
Yes, the mask. It was my mom's Japanese theater mask. I think it was the one hanging on the wall of the lab.
Can't trust the Americans to know what kabuki is.
This mask hanging here on the wall.
It was kind of spooky, that mask. My mom used to tell me that a no mask even has the power to turn an ordinary human being into a phantom.
We're bringing it all together. Let's get the yokai back in here. A phantom.
It would seem that a new suspect has emerged. And that means that all suspicion against Ms. Sykes has...
Yeah, that's probably Aura. You see? This is precisely why I can't trust the court system. Athena Sykes is the murderer. I won't accept any other verdict. Miss Blackwell, this is not good.
Yeah, that's why you can't trust the court, because they don't do what you say.
Yeah. A new suspect? Where's the proof this person ever existed? Who's to say it wasn't all just a dream in the little princess's groggy little head? She's right. Don't have any hard evidence of the masked man's existence.
Objection!
Yeah! She back!
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done.
Get fucked, Aura.
But I'm fine now. I'm fine. Because I can say with certainty that I didn't kill my mother.
Yeah! Athena, I'm so glad for you. Get back over here!
Later, but right now, I'm doing great.
I am putting that all in a box, and then I'm putting the box in the suitcase, and I'm shoving it in my closet.
And we will deal with it tomorrow.
But we should
But
talk.
today-
We should also talk about you being in the closet. But get back over here. You belong next to me.
More and more memories are coming back now. So, I'd like to say one thing, if I could.
Okay, then you get back over here.
Uncle came to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. to recharge.
Damn, you remember the time? Oh, yeah, because she said it.
I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge.
I thought that maybe unlocking her memory was also like, and now I have a photographic memory of what happened.
Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
I see where you're going with this. If Mommy Metis was really the killer in disguise.
Right. Then he must have come to the robotics lab before 2 p.m.
Did I have anything in here, in that evidence, that can help me find this person who came into the lab before 2 p.m.? This does not have a specific time.
Yeah, it just says at the time of the crime.
Yeah, and this is just the picture. That is just about, this is just the pamphlet about the map. Okay. Shit. This is the...
None of our pictures have a clock in them, right?
That's time of death between 1 and 2.
I mean, not that it would matter, really.
Yeah, I think that's what Moonrock was stolen. When was the launch? I would love to know that.
It might be the video. Like, I can't see anything else here that would give us much of anything time-based. Oh? Open to the public every day between 2 and...
Dude,
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, that is all of it. But that's also just the Space Museum. That's not... why do we still have... That's a good question. If Phoenix cleared out all of the evidence that didn't pertain to this specific case, why did he keep this?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the Hat 1 shit. Like, this is the shit that was going on at the
I
time.
feel like this isn't for this, but it might be that
That's
later.
the only other thing we have time-wise.
Yeah, I think...
This is a wild thing, but it's just that the Space Center was open to people the day of the Hat 1. Well, no, because Hat 1, the reason why the Space Museum,
not
it's a Hat 1 museum. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, I think it's the video.
That's what I'm thinking, because it also says the only one to pass through at the time of the crime.
Yeah.
So we need to see who passed through before the crime.
Before the crime, that's true. This is Prosecutor Blackwell leaving the scene of after the incident around 3 p.m. What I'm wondering is, does the video show anyone passing by before then?
I don't see anything in the investigation report. It looks like they didn't check.
Why?
Who the fuck? Who even prosecuted this one?
Check before the woman died.
Who prosecuted this one? I need to talk to them. Was it Payne?
It was Payne.
It was Payne. Just as I thought. So, if we rewind the footage and go back to around 2 p.m.
And we have it?
Oh, you know what? There probably wasn't a trial. Because he pled guilty.
Oh, that's true.
So there was...
We do know there was a trial. There is that scene of Athena attempting to, but it seems like there was almost no investigation done because Blackwell immediately was like, I showed up with a bloody sword. I killed this woman.
Yep. We should be able to see the true culprit leaving the scene. It's Apollo Justice.
Very well then. Let's take a look.
Come on, Clay. Come on, Clay.
Clay. There. Please stop right there. Motherfuck ass! Okay, but it is Clay. That's Clay. That's gotta be Clay.
Just like you said. There is a man leaving the scene of the crime.
That's gotta be Clay. Because it's too young of a guy to be Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sykes, do you remember this person? Also, Clay has a hat like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's standard
that's a visor.
No.
That's a visor.
He's got hair.
He's also a visor, yeah.
He's got hair.
Shit.
Actually, is he wearing... Hold on.
He does a full sculpt of his hair with hairspray to make a hat, and then leaves.
Okay, so it could be Yuri. Because Yuri's wearing a hat that could
Yuri has
look
enough
like that.
facial hair.
I know.
Unless he was clean shaven back then.
Or Clay stole his hat.
Yeah. Let's see, does it have a gold stripe on it? Oh,
we can't look at it right now. Miss Sykes, do you remember this person?
That's him. I'm sure of it. He's wearing my mother's jacket. I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
The jacket on display. That was Dr. Sykes's.
You see it? There's this slash I made with the utility knife that day. I'm sure that knife is under that jacket somewhere.
Oh, then everything Miss Sykes said.
So he took it from her? She stabbed him in his hand and he just like grabbed the knife and was like, well, fuck it. And took it with
He ran away with the knife still in his hand, maybe?
Yeah. Exactly. It proves that Miss Sykes' memory was correct. Dr. Sykes' killer arrived at the robotics lab before 2 p.m. He killed her and hid her face with a handkerchief. Ugh. Then he disguised himself with Dr. Sykes' jacket and mask and went there in the lab. The culprit probably knew beforehand that Ponko charged up at 2 p.m. every day.
So he waited for Ponko to come to the lab for her regular recharge.
By leaving Dr. Sykes' jacket on, the culprit tricked Ponko into thinking he was Dr. Sykes, thereby making it look like she was alive up to that point in time. All to disguise the real time of death.
Objection!
That's just a guy.
It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that it's just not possible.
What the fuck are you talking about? Why not? The victim's jacket is
victim's
clearly
jacket-
visible right there in the video. It's just a hat. It's just a hat that we've never seen before.
And that right there is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond doubt that it belonged to the victim. If the person who left the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket,
Why is he still wearing the jacket in this video? Yeah, fair.
then how could it possibly have wound up back at the crime scene?
That's a good question. What the fuck is going on? That doesn't make any sense. Edgeworth is right. If the culprit was wearing the jacket, how did he get it back to the lab? The defendant brought it back? She found it somewhere and, like, brought it? The victim...
I mean, if the killer stuck around,
Oh, so the
that
killer...
could-
The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get her jacket back to the crime scene. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later and planted it there. Contradiction resolved.
Objection!
Except that it would have been impossible. The only person who came to the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackquill and the people who reported the body.
Candace Arm?
And they claimed the jacket was there when they arrived.
You say that this is Candace?
Yeah, Candace Arm. I think I made a
Oh.
joke like that originally
Yeah.
sometime, but that'd be
When do
funny
you
if it was
propose
right.
this mysterious man of yours had the chance to return the jacket?
Worth mentioning. Because I
Mhm.
forgot about this. Tonady. Tonady said that someone else killed Candace. Or not, no,
True.
he killed Candace, but someone else set off the bomb.
Yes.
And he saw that person, but he didn't see who they were. But a person witnessed his murder and did nothing except take the remote receiver for the bomb. We do not know who that was yet, but that was also after the remote receiver was found on Starbuck. So it
Yeah.
is someone who is still, or at least they keep saying that the culprits are the same people. I'm not convinced of that. I don't think the culprits between these two cases are exactly the same. Because if it is Clay, then it's still possible that someone else killed him and is trying to cover it up by blowing shit up, you know? Or it could still be Aura trying to get revenge for what happened. If it is the same person, then it's either Yuri or Starbuck. Like, that's it. And Starbuck was in space, as far as we know. We don't actually have a timeline of the launch.
When the launch happened.
We don't have a timeline of when the launch happened, A, and B, we don't know a timeline of, like, what they're saying happened. Like, we don't know how public that is, right? There is a chance that Yuri and him faked all of that. But I don't know to what. I mean, other than to make the most wild-ass alibi ever.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
A puzzling question indeed.
When did the culprit have the chance to bring the jacket back? No, it had to be when the body was found. The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found.
Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument?
Yeah, ACAB.
Yo, it might be Candace. I do. Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body.
Candace Arm, international super spy.
The culprit could have taken advantage of that split second to plant the jacket. It'd be crazy if, like, the big bad is someone who is dead at the beginning of the game that we have not spoken to ever once. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body.
I would have never thought of that.
Still could have been Clay. He was known for wearing those jackets.
Order! Order in the court. What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the Hat 1 launch.
The Hat 1 launch hadn't fucking happened yet.
Damn it.
No, that means that means that Starbuck doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, that gives us so many more people to work with.
Fuck this game, I love it so much.
There's a chance that the Hat 1 launch and the Hat 1 miracle were made the fuck up entirely to cover up Metis' murder. Because I know they overplayed it to cover up the murder, but they could have just straight up faked it.
Yeah, because, like, you launch immediately after someone's murdered in your place?
And then catastrophe happens? Yeah. I think I think the Hat 1 launch was fucking bullshit. I don't think it happened. Because why did why were they bringing it back to space? Because they needed to actually get rock samples because they didn't get it. Because the Hope probe never got up there, I guess? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
We have seen, like, haven't we actually seen that the moon rock exists, or?
There was a moon rock. There's 2 moon rocks. Theoretically, there's the moon rock that was in Metis' office that went missing at the time of her murder. That was the thing that theoretically the spy was stealing.
Gotcha.
It was part of the bomb things that happened.
Yeah,
but there was a second space rock that came back supposedly in the Hope the Hope probe and the Hope capsule. That's the one that Clay had. The capsule exploded, I guess, and the rock disappeared in the blast in the courtroom. So there are 2 space rocks that are both missing right now. Technically missing. We do kind of know where one of them is, but the game hasn't figured that out yet.
We'll continue. See what he has to say next.
Yeah.
One of those people had a special bag to transport the capsule in.
Yes, true. Ola was talking about that. Oh, you mean this shock-resistant bag?
Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in the bag, it could have been returned to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing.
That's true.
I'll see to it that you get the reports on those 3 people.
Aura, Yuri, and Starbuck. It's like, fuck.
It's 3 entirely new people.
We'd also check the facial recognition database for that robot. If this person felt the need to hide his face with a theater mask, it might mean that his facial data was once registered.
Because of Clay. Because Clay's always there.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, does this mean?
I have to admit, I believe Miss Sykes' memories to be credible. You win, right? Not that this was ever an official trial.
Oh my god, you fucking sore loser ass. This one didn't count.
It's
not
trial,
real.
but I guess you win.
Do my ears deceive me?
You little punk.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you actually conceding?
Hopefully this aura counts as a W. Because this does also prove that her brother is innocent.
That it wasn't either of them, you big idiot.
Yeah. Now fuck.
I doubt she's gonna count anything as a W. Is it true, boss? Does this mean I
can't believe it. It's over. I won. I proved both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent. Your Honor, I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial?
That's right. I'm the one who's supposed to say I see no need to further prolong.
Shut the fuck up.
Not you either, Your Honor. Now, silence. We do have a little robot who just sort of is hanging out in the corner.
The little princess who is truly beloved by Metis, and who repaid that love with death. All these years. Hating Athena was the only thing that was keeping me going. What do I do now? Can anyone tell me? How am I supposed to go on?
I lived on being a hater.
Miss Blackwell.
She had to replace the void that love left in her heart with hate.
It's true.
Huh, how unlike you, Aura.
That's also why she stopped letting the robots call her mom.
Yeah.
Metis was deeply passionate about her work, and she chose you as her partner. Isn't that...
As her partner.
Okay, all right.
Well, I guess if we want to get
Just
explicit
keep
about
going.
it.
Please keep going. Just go.
Shut up, Simon. You know exactly how I felt about her. Her respect as a coworker wasn't all that I wanted.
Then what did you want from her?
Smooches! Did you really just go there, Your Honor?
Oh my god.
Read the subtext.
Aura, there is something I wanted to say if you would lend me an ear. I have in my possession a lead on who Metis' murderer is.
You do?
Right, Dano, you asked me about the identity of the Phantom of 7 years past.
That's right. The Phantom. The person Blackwell has been looking for. Even from behind bars.
7 years ago, somebody hatched a plan to sabotage the Hat 1 rocket. The spy. But he was no ordinary spy. We knew naught about him, his background, appearance.
Shelley
We came to refer to him as the Phantom. At the time, I was working with the police to hunt him down. And then one day, a miracle occurred, and I had obtained a lead on him.
Oh, how exciting. What was the lead?
This is new music.
It is.
A recording of the Phantom's voice, but the quality was too poor for proper voice analysis.
Get Apollo in here.
Yet I had hope. Aura's co-worker was a scientist who could analyze human emotions.
Oh shit, that's why you went to her that day.
So I asked her to evaluate the recording using analytical psychology.
This does sound like a Pokemon boss battle.
It does.
A little bit, yeah.
And that scientist was Dr. Sykes! Yes, keep up, Phoenix.
Yes, a spy's greatest fear is to have his true identity discovered. In addition to the Hat 1, Dr. Sykes' results in the recording was surely among his targets. But his search of the Space Center bore no fruit, so he must have started to panic.
You couldn't find them. But where could they have been?
Who is to say?
Wow, I believe he's never let that out of his sight all these years. Where have you been hiding it?
I wear this big coat all the time. How in the world did you smuggle them into prison?
The fuck is this music?
Oh, I have more ways. What's more, my partner is especially talented at that sort of thing.
We're gonna throw you and have a running say, oh my god, Taka!
Hi, Saga.
I worked to
music
lure
is
the Phantom
wild.
in by spreading rumors throughout the underworld. I love this. I was even granted permission to prosecute cases to attract the Phantom's attention. Just try to retrieve your identity, you bloody butcher, became my taunt.
And what about the results Dr. Sykes drew up for you? Or is there any useful information?
Here, you can see for yourself. But take good care of it, it's all I have left of my mentor.
I will. I better hold on to this real tight.
Crunch, crunch, crumple, crumple.
Selfish emotions rarely fluctuate, and he doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. Okay. They're using the classic, he's a psychopath.
Wait, Taryn, who didn't know how to feel about his parent dying.
Psychological profile classified. He did laugh a lot.
Child who was sobbing. Sobbing in the middle of the night on a bench in the middle of nowhere.
Emotional output of this voice extremely weak compared to typical voices. Subject deemed to have unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation.
He was Saltburn masking so hard, dude. You don't understand.
No emotional fluctuation, huh? Who? There has not been... I'm trying to, fucking think. There's not been anyone that I can think of that Athena was especially, I can't figure this person out. Aura's been kind of cold, but, we've seen that she's highly emotional. she will just fucking go off.
I still think we might get, 2 or 3 new people here.
Yeah.
Spy who experiences no emotion, not sadness nor anger, and naturally, no fear. He's the very definition of a phantom, A monster with no heart, don't you see?
Kingdom
It could
Hearts.
be. It could be Starbuck.
This creature is the rot that destroyed our lives and set what ails us all into motion. The Phantom, indeed. A fitting name for the one who has brought darkness to our world. If by the world you mean the legal system exclusively. That is my world.
Levi.
Well then,
It's the judge.
Shit.
it seems a faint image of this man has started to take shape. Based on what we have learned, I'd like all of you to conduct further investigation.
More investigation.
This is not a formal trial, but I do want to follow protocol. If I may, I'd like to hand down my verdicts and bring these proceedings to an end. It's also so cold in here.
Whatever. Do what you want.
You'll hear no objections from me.
Yes, please, Your Honor. It's over. It's finally over.
Very well. In that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, could you please take the stand?
I'm
Sorry,
already
man.
here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
As a result of this trial, your innocence has been proven. The verdict handed down 7 years ago is hereby overturned. And now, the defendant of the current trial, Ms. Athena Sykes.
I would love for her to just kind of like scooch in next to him and not let him leave.
Cute.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Athena, you're more than welcome.
Everyone is ready. I will now give my verdict.
Oh, fuck off, Aura.
You...
Oh, it's Apollo. Wow, they didn't use his objection noise, so you really wouldn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Ah.
He just sounds so different now.
Oh, he's so edgy now.
Unrecognizable.
They fired him from this game like they did Critical Role.
The testosterone finally hit and his voice
Nice,
dropped in the
Alex.
last 2 days.
right.
Apollo.
What is the meaning of this?
Congratulations, Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Edgeworth. You uncovered the truth from 7 years ago and you saved Prosecutor Blackwell. However, I can't allow this trial to end just yet.
Oh, Apollo, this is not what I wanted you to kick in the door. Why, Apollo? Why would you do this? Oh, now to be continued. Yeah, there you go.
We still got an hour and a half left.
Yeah, we did pretty good. I think the bits went down a lot when I just was like sitting there trying to puzzle it out between lines and just kept pressing space bar. Like I was just like completely silent trying to think of things while people were doing their lines. Oh shit.
Can we take like a 2-minute pee break?
Yeah, we can do a pissy.
Cool.
Oh, we gotta think. We gotta think our thoughts on the pisser.
The Phantom Pisser.
I'm still here. That was really funny. I'm getting up and going piss now.
Has the piss mystery been solved?
What?
No, that Alex said some. Never mind. There.
I
I
sat down and I heard, has the piss mystery been solved? And I'm like, I mean, it's in the toilet now.
Well,
Not
no,
so
because Alex was
mysterious.
like talking about like I have to puzzle something about figuring out, and then I said the phantom pisser, and then I figured that was a good way to enter stream again.
Oh my god. Oh, good. It's in quotes.
Oh God. You know, there had to be another. We had to get another piss quote in there.
Oh well. I'm been thinking my thoughts.
Uh-huh. I haven't.
I am
Some
looking
piss
at
thoughts.
the
You got
phantom.
piss thoughts?
The phantom
Yeah.
pisser. Isn't that Metal
I
Gear
heard
Solid 5?
Miles say that before everyone left. It was so fucking funny.
I brought no thoughts while I stepped away.
Yeah.
I don't need to have thoughts. I know what's happening.
My there's a question more. Does double jeopardy exist in this world?
What do you mean by that?
Just like
What is
Jeopardy
that-
by
what is-
concept, or
Starbuck has already been found not guilty of Clay's
When they
murder.
play 2 episodes of the show Jeopardy back to back, I don't think they do that.
No.
I knew that was like a legal term, but I didn't know what it was. Exactly.
It's you
Double
cannot
Jeopardy's
be.
already come up. Double
Yeah.
Jeopardy came up in Ace Attorney 3.
I
because
knew it had come
in
up
like
in
the
this game too.
worst way possible, like in the least
Yeah.
applicable way possible.
Yeah. Double jeopardy, for people who don't know, is it is the legal precedent in the United States that you cannot be tried again for a crime that you've already been found not guilty of. And that is like hard and fast rule. That is a massive, a very important thing in the U.S. Which, you know, if more people were actually viewed with a reasonable doubt, might actually be an issue of actual people getting away. But I don't think I've ever heard of anyone getting away with something. Well, O.J. Simpson. And never being able to be tried again. Because usually those things end in mistrial and then they keep going and going and going. Holy shit. I Starbuck, it feels like opportunity is Clay and the easiest answer is Clay. And then I don't know how.
Child?
I still don't. Yeah, that's the thing. He's a fucking teenager 7 years ago. I think
it's gotta be Clay or Starbuck. Those are the only two I can see.
Yeah, which means
If it's only the people that we've got so far.
Yeah.
Maybe
It could
they'll
be
get
Yuri.
crazy with it and give us 2 more people.
That would be. I would actually kind of be disappointed if they did suddenly out of nowhere be like, and this another person. Unless it was Shelly the Killer.
Yeah, that would be sick.
You're like, he is graduated from assassin to international spy. December 20th.
Got a promotion.
Yeah.
Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. Also, where have you been, bro?
No. Crying.
Bro. It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Sachs, might not be innocent.
What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled.
I'm not talking about the past here. I'm talking about the present case.
That doesn't mean that we can't find her not guilty for her mom's murder, Apollo.
It's still not clear who killed Clay Taryn.
But, Apollo, why would you?
Miss Sachs, please listen quietly to what I have to say.
What in the world is Apollo trying to do?
Your Honor,
Please allow me a little of the court's time.
But this is a trial for the case from 7 years ago.
Miss Blackwell, I'd like to ask a favor of you.
No, she likes
Threaten
him.
Truthy
So.
for me real quick.
Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me too.
If they are, because they're being pretty damn explicit about Aura and Aura's
Metis.
Aura and Metis' relationship. Apollo directly relating himself to Aura in a similar way is very eyes emoji.
Yeah, we can say it's gay.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's
You
just,
can
it's
say
just.
okay. You don't have to cover it
Yeah.
up with eye emojis.
You're among friends here.
No, I know. I'm not like trying to. It's just, it's a very.
You know, lots of people have drawn that exact conclusion, right?
Yeah.
There's a very clear, there's a huge community of people who are really into Clay Apollo, in part because of the parallels to Aura Metis.
Mhm.
Like
There's another name that I
Apollo.
think is much funnier, but I don't want to say it on stream. It rhymes with the combination of their last names. Never mind, we'll get there.
Trust us. Injustice, we trust us.
No, for Aura Metis.
Oh, okay.
You've actually thought I've said it before on stream.
Oh, weird.
Bikes.
Yep, I know a bunch of lesbians called Bikes Quill.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Specifically, I know a bunch of like, and they're like, that's the funniest name for it, right? Like, it's clear, it's distinct, it's funny, it's obvious who you're talking about. But
I'm sure you want to know the truth, the real truth of what happened, as much as I do.
Apollo. Sure. You know I'm all for the truth. Now let's see you expose the princess's guilt. Judge, I give my permission. Continue with the trial.
Very well. Is that all right with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
You have no choice.
the prosecution has no objections. Let's hear let's hear Mr. Justice's testimony. I'll have the police's investigation report brought immediately.
Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve. Those big sleeves.
Those big arms.
Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Mr. Clay Terran. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, this culprit waited for the astronauts in boarding lounge 1. When the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum, the killer attacked Mr. Terran with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmos switched the launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding lounge 2.
And everyone is kind of taking Aura's I climbed down the outside pretty... Like, they're just taking that at face value. No one's challenged that yet at all. And I don't know if that's intentionally the game trying to mislead it, or the game just being like, take this thing as fact. Aura Blackwell was on the ladder, and she saw a guy.
Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Terran's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped to the Space Museum that day.
Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready?
Yeah, I guess, Your Honor. Better rearrange my evidence. Alright. Thank you. Alright. Let's look at all this shit. We got the voice print. We've got her earring. Hat one exhibit. Okay, what else do we got again? Hey, the emergency ladder. Hey, remember the thing that I said we've just been taking as fact? Okay, so there's Clay's stab.
Well, you can look at his hand now.
Yeah, as one's got a glove and the other ones don't. We got the security cam footage of them being pulled out. Launchpad 1 door. Only the prints from Director Cosmos, Starbuck, and Terran are authorized. Equipped with backup power. Print recognition attempts were recorded via security camera. Starbuck's prints were found on the scanner screen after the incident. Interesting. Why did he go back in? Why did he try to go back in? Perp held a lighter with an Earth emblem on their left hand and a knife in their right. Evidence found by Detective Fulbright has Athena's fingerprints on it in the victim's blood. It was Solomon. It has to be. He stabbed Clay, stood up. He was wearing gloves, so he didn't put anything on it, but the blood was there. And so we went to go to where he knocked out Athena to put it in her hand. So her fingerprints would be on it. It was lowered to the ground from the window of the fourth floor robotics lab. It was used to evacuate the Space Center personnel. And it was found in boarding lounge number 1 and detonated in courtroom number 4. Fragments are being analyzed. Oh, we haven't seen that picture in a while. Yeah.
Rock.
Yep. Interesting. Still don't know what the emergency ladder means. And then I would assume he goes back into the boarding lounge, pretends to be knocked out, and that's where Yuri finds him. But Yuri said there was another person with a gun.
Yes.
And we didn't find a gun on him.
We didn't find a gun anywhere. It wasn't in the garbage chute either.
And if they found him there, then he couldn't have escaped into... Right?
Yeah, he would have had to find a way. No, because he could have gone back. Because in my timeline, he comes out of there with Clay, pretending to be all messed up, stabs Clay, goes back into the Space Museum to frame Athena, comes back out and lays on the ground. Yuri finds him. He runs back into the Space Museum. However, Yuri found him, passed the fuck out. Well, no, Yuri just said that someone disappeared, right? He didn't actually see someone go into that room. He just said, and the guy was gone. I came back in, the guy was gone. I saw a guy, he was gone. I assumed he went into that door, and so I switched him. So it could have just been, he saw Clay. He didn't realize it was Clay. He saw Clay. Clay took a shot at him, and then got down. I don't know where the fuck the gun went. Where's the gun? But, ay. Okay, probably will shed some light on this shit, please.
I suspected Miss Sachs of the murder of Clay Terran. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launch pad to switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sachs on the charge of murder.
You're so rude, Apollo.
Now that rebar just
His boyfriend was murdered!
Yeah.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Justice, you realize you are charging your own co-worker with murder, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor, because that is the conclusion my investigation has led me to.
But, Apollo, why? How could you suspect me too?
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
I have a feeling he's doing something. He's figured something out, and he's trying to lead us down the path of figuring it out too. He keeps doing a little smirk, and I don't know if that's just a weird 3D thing. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. It definitely feels like he's being cunty about knowing more than he's telling us.
Yeah. Just what did you find out over the past few days to make you think this? I don't think he actually thinks Athena did it. I think he just needs to keep this going for some fucking reason. Even though it would have kept going tomorrow. Like that's kind of how these cases work. Okay.
Hold it!
What made you first suspicious of Miss Sykes?
It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. She saw the weapon that killed Mr. Taryn. My bracelet reacted.
Yeah, because she used it to stab someone.
She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. And then, every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case.
Poor Apollo must have been beside himself during that investigation.
I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep.
I kind of wish we could go back to when we were playing as Apollo at the beginning of the last case to kind of see if they hinted at that at all. And
In that condition, I knew I wouldn't be any good in court. So I decided to wear an eye patch. I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells.
Nothing happened to him. He just didn't want to look at her. Fuck, that's funny.
I love that detail, honestly. Right? Like,
Bad gas bitch.
there's like a reason for it beyond the
Yeah,
edginess.
so that's why Apollo was acting so strangely. But the reason Miss Sykes unconsciously reacted to the knife that way was because, oh, we didn't play as Apollo at the beginning of this case. We played as Athena.
Mm-hmm.
And then it switched to Phoenix. She stabbed her mother's murderer with an identical one 7 years ago.
Objection!
But that knife was also the murder weapon that was used to kill Clay Taryn. My bracelet could have also reacted to her because she knew she was his killer too.
I guess he has a point. Did he actually use pronouns for his... Oh, we were saying that Athena knew that. I was like, did you just call your bracelet she?
My bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her.
Oh yeah, I call her Sheila in my head. I just imagine that's what my mom's name is because I don't know.
If only I did know.
If
someone
only ever anyone knew who my mom was. That's the lighter that was
The idea
found.
that Apollo figures it out and then just like vagues Phoenix for like a year, being like, "Oh, I wish I knew who my mother was." Right? Like Phoenix's face, knowing Phoenix also knows, is pretty great.
Well, this is why Phoenix had to forget everything from previous games, so he wouldn't remember that detail. So he just never tells, because it's gotta think his fingerprints. But even if it does seem decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about it yet.
If that's so, go ahead and prove it then.
I'm trying.
Prove it.
Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either. But Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder.
But Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Taryn.
Objection!
7 years ago, Miss Sykes lived at the Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him.
Apollo also doing the math that I did.
Besides, people sometimes kill for motives we can't even imagine.
Oh, that's so good. He's fucking referencing Kristoff.
I know you've seen plenty of cases like that in
Yeah.
your own career, Mr. Wright.
There's a few of these sprites that are exactly.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh,
love that.
pain.
I'm a little obsessed with it, honestly. It's pretty.
He's
awesome.
regressing to his old mentor. I still can't believe this. How can you actually suss Athena, Apollo? He's like starting to realize why he was so jaded.
Hold it!
Is it possible that somebody else used that same escape route?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright.
Oh my god, someone's choking him! A ghost is choking him!
Let's go to play Terran. It's back.
Why not?
Recall there's a security camera in Boarding Lounge 1 aimed at the launch pad door.
Oh, fuck off. We know that thing died. Like, the last thing is them leaving. Eat my ass.
It's the camera that captured Mr. Taryn and Mr. Starbuck. But there's also another security camera in boarding lounge too.
Oh shit.
It recorded Mr. Taryn's killer, or rather, Miss Sykes, coming out of the Space Museum.
A camera in boarding lounge too. First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. Athena said she had snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident, and then was overcome and passed out until the noon the next day.
I was out until about noon the next day. Didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too.
Must have been when the camera captured her. That's what made Apollo suspect her even more. Wait a minute. In that case, it likely recorded the true culprit as well.
That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. In the footage taken after the incident, Miss Sykes is the only one who appears.
What? Why?
Order! Order in the court.
That can't be. But if it is, then it is incredibly incriminating.
Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way that... Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way the true culprit escaped was via the Space Museum after the pads had been switched? In fact, you previously proved turned on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. I must say, that is vintage Phoenix Wright.
Oh, fuck off.
Hold it!
Believing in your client to the end is a basic principle of a good defense. Shouldn't you extend that principle to your own coworker?
You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer.
No!
Oh, it's so good.
However, I don't care. This case is special to me.
Oh!
Claire was my friend.
Yeah.
That's why I just have to know the truth.
Apollo suspected his trusted coworker killing his friend. To dispel his doubts, he investigated on his own, but it only led to more doubts. Apollo must have been really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but... I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer.
Then I only have one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court.
No!
Well, Mr. Wright, think you have the concrete proof to knock down my arguments?
Stop talking like him.
Man, wouldn't it be crazy if we had a different system that we were working on that was not just about evidence and was about comment? Wait, what? Huh?
What if there's a group of people that
Capcom
maybe...
agents show up with guns. You just said what you shouldn't have. Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice. And your facts appear to be indisputable.
Well, I'm glad I started with pressing everything.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory?
I think it's just a game theory.
I think you're a cunt.
Matt Pat looking ass.
It looks like not even you can deny it. Miss Sykes was the only one who used the only possible escape route.
Well, we did just get the ladder in our evidence.
Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect but the defendant.
I really hope it wasn't Aura. Like, I really hope the only crime she's done is hostage taking.
Unless.
Unless.
You think there was an alternative escape route? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
Please think that, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should think that, Mr. Wright.
You think maybe you think that, Mr. Wright?
He does not understand.
Is that what you think, Mr. Wright?
Is that what you think, Phoenix?
Oh my god.
Isn't that what you think, Mr. Right?
Nah.
Everyone in the courtroom staring at him like,
I really want to say nah.
Do it. Do it. Phoenix
For the
Apollo
bit.
was like, okay, wait, no, I take it back.
I don't
Phoenix.
think there is. Oh, come on. I don't think there is an alternative route. But if I say that, it's all over. Come on. What happened to the alternate endings? The miracle never happened. I'd better think this through
There are
again.
several for this case.
There are
Yeah,
ones, but
like
this
this-
isn't it.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yes, of course there must have been. Just don't ask me what. We got the ladder. It's the first time we've ever had the ladder in our inventory.
You're just bluffing again, aren't you?
Yeah. Me? Bluff? No way! He knows me too well.
Good delivery.
It's fine, Mr. Right. Even a bluff would suit me just fine.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, it's so good.
As long as you can clear up this doubt inside me.
The discharge in his heart. Yeah. Wait. So this is what this has all been about. Fucking senior
Hi.
bitch.
I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really, fully trust her.
This is about you two bickering all that time
Yeah.
so that you can really trust me?
This is kind of an extreme way of doing that, but I get it.
huh.
Defense attorneys, always so dramatic.
It seems your partner, your junior partner, has just showed us what trials are truly all about.
The meaning of Christmas. I believe you're right.
The true meaning of Christmas.
The true meaning of almost Christmas. Because it is December 20th in game.
I forgot it is December 20th. We prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in pursuit of the defendant.
It's a good thing we're on. It's a good thing we're in LA. Because
They were gonna execute Black Hole like on December 21st.
Oh my god.
What a Christmas gift.
So rude.
On the solstice.
there was a Santa. There was
Winter solstice, yeah.
a Santa was at the prison, and this Santa is so hardcore that he gets to decide if you're too naughty when you die.
Jesus.
While we lawyers believe in and defend our clients to the end.
When both sides go all out against each other, that's when we discover the truth.
I know this is probably not going to be the case, but it would be very interesting if Apollo became a prosecutor.
Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust.
Ooh, Apollo Justice investigations. Ace Attorney
I would
investigations.
kill for that. I would fucking kill for that shit.
I would
my
also
god.
kill for that.
Oh, please, Capcom.
Capcom, you're listening right now, right?
They do
There are other
that.
characters I would fully accept in that role, but please just give me one of those.
They do that once again instead of releasing 7. Just like keep kicking
That's
7.
fine.
Just keep
I don't give
kicking
a
7
shit
down the
about
road.
7. Ace Attorney
Yeah.
Mainline can be dead for all I care. I don't give a fuck.
It's just been re-releases for like
Kill
3,
It is dead.
4 years.
Right.
Yeah, if you're gonna give us Ace Attorney 7, fucking kill Phoenix Wright in case 1. Then I'm on board. I'm not even joking.
Athena versus Apollo for the entire game.
This is exactly what trials are about, wouldn't you agree?
We should kiss about it.
Or at least, like, I don't know, go to the future.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's fine.
He doesn't exist in the
Massive
future.
time skip, sure, yeah.
Real space trial.
Yes. I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt that was growing inside me. So I decided I needed to face it head on.
Directly to the forehead.
No matter what the truth is that's waiting ahead, I won't be afraid.
Thank you, Shasta. He is acting like a prosecutor right now. That's so like Apollo. Always
So Apollo.
uber earnest about things like this. Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart.
Good. Because I want to believe in Miss Saxes again.
You're really hoping there was an alternative route, aren't you, Apollo? But if I use process of elimination, there really aren't many possibilities. Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could the culprit have escaped through?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Where do you think the culprit escaped to?
Down the trash chute! Fuck, that'd be so good. I don't think he did. I think he just got laid on the ground. Because I think
Point a boarding lounge.
I guess. I haven't taken any damage.
There?
Fuck off.
I doubt anybody could escape that way.
Just get on the ground. He went prone. Do you really say that with such certainty that it isn't possible?
Yes, I believe I can.
I guess you're right.
What are you doing? This is serious, Mr. Wright.
It might be aura, guys.
Please be serious, Mr. Wright.
Hey chat, it might be aura, and I know I was saying how much I love
chat.
that Aura Blackwell is a murderer, and she's right for it. But
Hey, chat, and by chat I mean Izzy.
by chat I mean
Yeah,
Izzy.
Alex, did you manifest?
Oh,
Are you reaping what you sowing?
I don't want my wife to go to prison. She doesn't deserve it. You're
Blackwell survived.
you're really hoping there
The other
was
one.
an alternative route. Well, for 7 years, and then he was gonna get executed.
They
So
traded.
we just put her in there for 7 years, and then we do this again.
Oh my god. But if I use the
Great.
process of elimination, there really isn't much fun. Okay, but this, like, out here isn't really clear.
Okay, so it's got to be control room because we're saying it's not a space museum, unless we're still saying it's a space museum for some reason. Unless you can point to the window, which I don't
Unless
know.
they want me to say Space Museum because Starbucks' hand is actually used for the fucking thing.
Take that!
Where? There?
Yeah, okay, fair. Uh-huh.
You're being so unserious.
Apparently I'm being so unserious. Okay, if I point out here, is it aura?
Take that!
Outside. Yeah, okay.
There?
Yep.
Did you save?
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay, we're just gonna die real quick.
Right.
Apollo's gonna come over here and kill us.
Unless Cosmos was lying about all that shit. And it was just Yuri Cosmos.
The only person who could have, gone against him is dead.
Yeah.
I would make sure that you're clicking, like,
I'm clicking the door.
a location, not on the door.
Well, they said the door.
No, they're asking where did they escape to? Like, what area? And, like, I don't want you to, like, get called out for not clicking
If you
in
get this
the
wrong,
area.
the game's gonna.
Yeah, I know. I have a save.
Okay.
Yeah. It is because Starbuck used his hand on the door, or someone used Starbuck's hand on the door.
Chopped off his hand.
Chopped off his whole hand. They really only could have escaped to the corridor of the Space Museum. All they had to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbuck's prince to get through the door.
It appears that it appears that all you're trying to establish is Miss Sykes' guilt. If the culprit used that route, the only exit would have been into boarding lounge 2. The logical conclusion of your argument is that the killer is none other than the defendant.
I knew it. That's the only way it could be, huh?
Well, I died doing other places, so.
The culprit escaped into that corridor that leads to the Space Museum. And I guess it's true. The only exit would have been into Boarding Lounge 2.
But Miss Sykes was the only person captured by the Boarding Lounge 2 security camera.
I investigated the crime scene thoroughly. But the only place the culprit could have escaped to was the Space Museum corridor. There weren't any other secret corridors or anything.
So that leaves us with no other conclusion to draw but that Athena Sykes was the culprit.
What could the answer be? Was there really no other escape route? Hold on a second. What if... In the pod? Where did those mysterious leaves we saw in the corridor come from? If they're a clue to the culprit's real escape outside.
They hopped out while it was turning.
There's no, like, door. Jesus Christ, this place is an ocean nightmare. I think it is possible.
I thought you said ocean nightmare? And I'm like, this
I
is a
also
space museum.
heard ocean.
That's the wrong case. I think it's possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, but then came out using a route other than Boarding Lounge 2.
Oh?
Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rail at the time, which is exactly when the alternative escape route opened up for our culprit.
Are you kidding me?
Judging by the intense look in your eyes, I take it you're serious.
He jumped?
Very well then, Mr. Wright, do tell.
Yeah, I jumped 3 stories.
Where could the culprit have gone from the museum corridor besides Boarding Lounge 2?
Outside?
You watch that?
We found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where dead leaves come from. When a mommy dead leaf and a daddy dead leaf love each other very much, they point us to exactly where the culprit escaped to.
Yes, I remember seeing some leaves myself. Do you mean?
Don't. Yep, while the Space Museum was in motion, just beyond the space corridor's safety door, was an alternative place that the culprit could have used to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was the area outside the Space Center.
You're
Freaking
Insane! Hey, we got that one. Nice.
the 3 of them nodded. They're good. Well done.
Yeah. Good job.
You know how impossible that would be? That corridor is level with the 3rd floor.
Fall damage caps out at like 60-10. 66. Whatever the fuck.
20d6.
20d6.
So a lot higher than 3 stories.
And what's average civilian health?
4.
10.
This is an international spy, Levi!
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot they're level 20 spy. I guess
Spies have 42 health.
Okay,
Even
yeah,
if
but
the
also...
culprit tried to leap to the outside
So
wall
if they
of the
roll
Space
minimum
Center building.
There's Boots of Cat's Grace, which mean you roll minimum on all fall damage. So that's only 12. So a spy could survive that.
They would fall to their death.
They're a monk. Ordinarily, yes. But they have the monk feat about Featherfall and all that. But after the bombing incident, the culprit made a certain use of an item. They bomb jumped? Like
Could
in Breath of the
make use
Wild?
a certain item.
Yeah.
And what item was it exactly, Mr. Wright?
They jumped and grabbed onto the ladder that Aura had sent down. Holy shit!
They're a spy.
Alright, this is where the culprit used
Super
to leap
spy.
outside the wall of the main building. Holy shit. Still could have been Aura.
An emergency ladder?
There was an emergency ladder in the 4th floor robotics lab, and it was used that day after the explosion to help evacuate people. Miss Blackwell herself used that ladder to escape down to the ground level. Recall that the launch pads were switched after the ladder was lowered. The corridor would have passed by the ladder while the pads were being switched. And that's when the culprit literally sprang into action. Whee! And leapt onto the ladder.
What? Who could have imagined?
It's Ted Tonati.
What in the fuck?
Order! Order in the court!
What the fuck are
Well,
you saying?
an alternative escape route seems to have emerged.
Damn it. I was gonna say, Starbucks back on the table because he could have climbed up the ladder, climbed through the window, and gotten back on the ground. But Candace is the one who chased Yuri out of the room, and she found, and she confirmed, like, she stayed there until, like, crime scene arrived.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't think...
we're running out of possibilities about who this could be. Like, I'm fast. Like, I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Which means someone other than Miss Sachs could have been the culprit, right?
Objection.
Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again, are we, Mr. Wright? Your theory has so many holes it puts Swiss cheese to shame.
Alright, then. Name one.
I have here detailed information about the Space Center. According to this, the distance between the museum corridor and the main building during movement is a full 20 feet.
You can make that easy.
Yeah,
Like that?
20 strength.
Spy.
20
20
feet.
feet.
You're pulling my leg, right?
In addition, the corridor is 3 floors from the ground, or roughly 50 feet.
Those are some big floors.
What's more, the culprit would be leaping to a precarious place, an unstable ladder.
Super true. It would have, like, woo, floated
There is
out.
so much here that is just crazy. I need you to understand
It's
that.
an emergency ladder. They're good for...
Human beings
good
feel
for it.
fear in dangerous situations. It's a basic survival instinct. An ordinary person
Okay,
would
well,
certainly
do
hesitate
I
before
have-
jumping.
Do I have news for you?
You fucko.
Listen, Edgeworth, you just gave us our win button.
Oh
you didn't
my
have to say
God.
that.
No, he
but
did
you
it on
did.
purpose. He did it on purpose.
Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all.
Setting us up.
But the culprit
Yeah,
had
he
just...
did it.
Literally
layup.
just talk about this.
Yeah. But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind.
Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk?
Get the fuck away.
They could have waited for the switch to be complete and escaped to boarding lounge 2.
Objection.
No.
Because there was a secret camera in boarding lounge 2. The culprit knew
Security.
there's whatever. Because culprit knew they would
Whatever.
be recorded.
Secret
they
camera.
they left the Space Museum that way. That was so secret they knew about it.
In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down. And then blended in with the other people after the museum was opened.
That's a good point. Thank you.
But you claim that despite all of this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap. I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I fucking forgot about this 100%.
I remembered this detail.
And all in the brief moment the corridor and ladder passed by each other.
That's
They're fucking free.
also a good point.
Have you ever met a rogue? Like,
They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving to make that jump. If their timing was off or they couldn't jump far enough, it would have been instant death.
No
Probably
one's,
not instant.
no one's looked
That would have been
outside.
really funny if we had just found a dead guy outside.
That there wasn't we haven't found him yet, but there has been a dead guy
He's
this
dead
whole
man.
time.
Chilling outside. Been so focused on Clay that nobody's checked the bushes.
Is he saying that robot is a killer? The killer is a robot on a screen.
Yeah, Klonka.
What kind
Be a
of person would
robot.
attempt something like that?
A robot. Stop bringing up good points, Ezra.
A big ol' freak. A big ol' freak.
Big old freak.
This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination.
Why do you always have to point out every flaw?
That's like the whole point.
Well, stop!
What else am I supposed to do?
Stop! Mr. Edgeworth's right. That does sound pretty insane.
Who the fuck?
The culprit would have to be someone who feels no fear. Like a stuntman.
Or an
Or a
astronaut.
spy.
But everyone feels fear on some level, right? Wait a
Right?
minute. Wait a minute. I said that before it even showed up on screen. Aha! I've got it this time.
Got it!
I can prove that there is someone who could have used this alternate escape route.
Oh, can you now?
This proves the possibility of a person who could have used an alternate escape route. Presente.
What's that, Mr. Rat?
Oh yeah, you weren't here for it. This is a certain.
Guys.
This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. There's just been a guy living in the walls of the Space Center for decades.
Jesus Christ.
The subject doesn't experience any feelings like normal people do.
Doesn't experience feelings like normal people. Doesn't feel any.
In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear.
Doesn't feel fear? Can't imagine what that's like.
Right. You can't be serious.
Without the constraint of fear, he could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. He's Spider-Man. Just as you or I could do
Bring me Spider-Man!
just as you or I do a broad jump on the ground without the slightest fear. Phoenix, you saying you have a 20-foot leap like that? This subject
Like a lion.
could make a 20-foot leap 50 feet up in the air. That's why the Russians wanted him so bad. He could choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. Someone watched too many Cold War movies when they were writing this.
So you're saying that to a person without fear, the alternative route would be quicker and eliminate the chance that they'd be spotted. That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright.
But was there such a person there at the scene?
Yes. The Phantom. That mysterious, shadowy figure who keeps popping up.
Oh dear.
The Phantom again?
The stings lined up perfectly.
That was good.
This is so fucking... This also now sounds like Zelda a little bit. It's crazy. I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing, but I wasn't sure he was connected to the murder of Clay Terran as well. However, now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Terran.
What? Order in the court! Order, I say! Mr. Wright, please continue.
I do kind of wish Athena was right next to us. I don't know why she didn't come back over here. There were just too many similarities between that case and the one from 7 years ago. But why, you may ask? It can only be because both incidents were the work of the same Phantom.
So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he?
This Phantom has been haunting this case, pulling the strings in the background. Who could this unidentified international spy be?
You gonna ask us to point to someone?
Right, this escape route must have been part of the Phantom's plan from the start.
Please don't.
As was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make the elevator and stairs unusable. That's why he gave advance warning and planted the bombs where he did.
Yes, I think you're right.
No, he's Edgeworth.
But it doesn't explain this one last thing. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. It was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the
No.
other rooms?
It can't be Fulbright, right?
That would be fucking batshit. The robotics lab wasn't the only room with an emergency ladder.
It can't be Fulbright. That'd be so funny.
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna lose it.
But he couldn't have made that leap unless he was certain which one it would be.
Oh no.
So you mean the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used?
He needed to call in the bombing because he needed a reason for police presence to be there. What? That's right.
Who could it be?
Why would he have helped us? Why would he have helped us?
It's Dick Gumshoe.
Wait a minute. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told by the detective leading the... I can't! I can't!
This is so stupid.
How? He's just been pretending to be a dumbass this whole time!
Have you ever been so unrightfully vindicated?
Oh my god!
For
You
something
figure it out,
that
right?
was
Do you know
so
who the Phantom is?
baseless?
Do you know who the Phantom is? Please, I need to know.
To get to this moment and realize you've been right the whole time. Who is it? Who killed Clay?
Our mystery spy known as the Phantom is none.
Oh, he's just sitting on the end over there, like, "What's up, guys?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Injustice, we trust
You're talking about justice?
Justice, we fucking trust us, right?
Hey, you know how like the
Alright,
DLC
my
case
fellow
like has
kids.
him just existing in it?
Oh my god.
This locks in. I like him more than Gumshoe.
How dare you?
No, but
I don't
honestly,
give a shit about Gumshoe. Boring ass man.
Oh
Give
my
me Guppy any
God.
day.
Whoa!
Fighting words.
I do
How fucking dare you?
I do agree that this bumps up him in my opinion because what I found annoying about him was he was just worse Gumshoe.
Gumshoe didn't have a lid on it.
I have been wanting an evil fucking cop. I have been wanting this. That's why he has been the one in charge of Blackwell, because he wanted the fucking psychology apart.
Oh man.
God.
A member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. I'm this holy shit. This is this. Usually I
On
can.
duty. I was on duty on the fourth floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you.
This is the single greatest reveal in this entire franchise.
I'm so glad that you guys
I'm glad you're
are
enjoying it.
enjoying
Yeah.
it.
I love the moment
I
Shasta
thought
is
that
like,
you guys
no,
were gonna be
no,
mad
it can't
that it was
be.
like
You can
It's
imagine
glad
that this is a controversial twist.
If there was just a new guy, that would be worse. That would be
for
so much
sure, for
worse. That would be
sure.
terrible.
Definitely.
But the fact that it's a fucking Fulbright is so good. It's so tasty. I usually hate when they just do things that's like, well, I could have never figured this out on my own. But you could have. It was right there. If you just listen to
could've.
fucking what
You could've.
Aura said. If you listen for 2 seconds about what that woman who was right all the time
so
says.
offhand. It's so offhand, right? You would never like be like, yeah, whatever, you know?
You don't know the ladder's gonna be important until now, right?
Right,
There's-
exactly.
There's like a bunch of stuff Fulbright does and says that is like really interesting, like playing this a second time. It's really fascinating.
Had a
Yeah, there
very
was something
specific
he
objective in
said earlier. I can't remember what it was right now, but he said it and you guys didn't like clock it, but I was like, "Oh, holy shit, dude, really?"
Well, if you actually, there's that whole bit where he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't have. I'm sorry this points at Athena, but here's the evidence.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
Like, there's that whole fucking sob story.
Yeah, he was so excited for it to be revealed, and then he was like, "Oh, but I didn't realize it was Athena." So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Athena thinks she has this connection that she's able to manipulate him because he knows how to reverse manipulate her.
I think in some ways Athena is like missing the forest for the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's so like used to trying to do whatever, and Fulbright's so forward.
Fulbright is throwing one emotion extremely strongly that he is choosing to project.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, as soon as that detective mentioned, I was like, no.
His
No.
objective was to secure his own escape route.
I like the sound design here.
And I think I kind of got this spoiled for me, actually.
I'm
If I remember
so glad
correctly, like,
didn't.
I knew something was up about him since like way earlier.
Yes,
in the
I
game.
do remember you talking about that.
I
But,
knew that
Then trying to understand this still was this same kind of moment.
someone at some point made a mention of, I can't even remember where it was. Oh, it was a thing where I asked someone to not talk about spoilers in my server at all because I was going to click it, and I did click it. And it wasn't an explicit spoiler, but it was like, we don't even know how deeply they're connected yet. And I just thought it was like, oh, he's also part of like his tragic backstory or whatever, but I haven't thought about it in so long.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm
There's a lot of ways to be connected that are
I am
not,
extremely glad I didn't know fucking anything about this. We lowered the emergency ladder from the 4th floor window and escaped that way. Oh, that's Fulbright, I think.
I also thought that when the game's over, I'll tell you the actually crazy thing I thought that was the case. That was 100% wrong. Like really, really, really wrong. In some like I made a couple of connections that completely off.
I do still enjoy
Once
our
everyone
Clay
else got
Karen
out
theory.
safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
I never saw this coming in a good way. Like in the you could have saved them, Mr. Policeman. You had all the clues. This is a detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on the current case. Dick Gumshoe. He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psych profile says he's without emotion.
Take that!
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, yes!
What? Are you saying?
Yeah, what all of you guys said. Really fast. Too
I
fast.
mean, the Phantom is...
Probably Fulbright.
Yeah, exactly. We were all taken in by his fake persona.
I'm just like, let's speed run that part.
Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom. No, I mean, I think it's the other way around, but alright, Phoenix.
Order! Order in the court, Mr. Wright. How
You
could
think
this
the
be?
spy's name, real, legal Christian name is Bobby Fulbright?
No, I mean that the Phantom's true identity is Bobby Fulbright. I mean, if I'm true, it might not be his name, but to us, that is his name. It's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. He was there the whole time. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder in the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder.
Verily, it was all a part of his plan to create an escape route.
What is this freaking
Verily.
He's coming up with new words. He's got a calendar.
Well, verily's a real word, but like, why the fuck did he pull it now?
No,
Yeah,
I
it's a
know.
real
I'm saying
word.
he's got a word calendar. That's what I mean.
It was the word of the day.
He's adding new
Oh,
words
yeah.
to his vocabulary. After Detective Fulbright saw to it that his ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the lounge where he killed Clay Terran and escaped to the Space Museum. The Space Museum started moving slowly, so he waited for the right time, got a running start. And just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it.
I don't believe it. That addle-pated detective did all that?
Man, you really love that calendar.
Located. Was it really him? I mean, all this time I thought he's a big stupid idiot. Sorry, we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright.
My
I
name?
guess-
Me?
Me?
My
name?
name?
The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil.
Oh my god.
Our good citizens? Who's our Fulbright?
The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need.
God, I love that all this was fake. Holy shit.
It was very fun to like find Rowan's like original messages. Like, man, I fucking hate this guy. Like, he's killed somebody. He's evil.
Really was just like, this man is not a good man. This man's fucked up.
Nobody-
I'm
laying it on too
Athena.
thick.
I heard him.
So I think, you know what, this is a combination. I think this reveal works in a really weird way. In a way they did not intend. Because of how much I've heard people not like this game, I thought that it was going to be extremely shallow. And so I took Fulbright at face fucking value.
Oh yeah.
I maybe wouldn't have if someone had been like, yeah, it's about on par with the other ones. But the fact that
He's an Alex name, yeah.
because this game was so fucking panned.
I mean, it also helps that we've been told multiple times there is nothing deeper to Fulbright.
That's true. Yeah. Mostly.
fine.
I'm the Metis Sykes in this equation. I heard this man's lack of emotional projection.
I would say that I think more people than not do like this game,
Mhm.
but there is a vocal like proponent of people who don't like this game compared to like I think
There-
pretty much most of the other games. Maybe
There's been a running
Yeah.
theme in watching Barry's VODs of this game where a bunch of people in chat are like, what the fuck were people talking about? Because every time like Barry got to a stopping point in one of the games, like he beat the trilogy and then he was like, I don't know if I'm going to play the rest of them. People have mixed opinions about the rest of them. But he really wanted to go back, so he played 4. And then he said, I don't know if I'm going to play 5 because I hear people really don't like 5. And then he played 5 because he wanted to keep going because he actually really likes this franchise. And the whole time he's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, he likes it definitely more than I do, but he's like very shocked that people don't like this game. And I think it's a testament to how poisoned people have been to this game in particular, that it
Yeah.
has this reputation of being the worst one TM, when for Ace Attorney, the bar remains in the fucking atmosphere.
the bar.
The bar, yes, because they're lawyers.
Yeah, I mean, for the Ace Attorney, like, the bar is really high for even the worst game. Like, I think maybe part of the reason why this one is so, like, why there is such a vocal, like, disdain for it is partly because, like, we have, because Athena.
Mhm.
I think a lot of it is Athena and, like,
There's definitely some very easy, like, mid 2000s, early to mid 2000s
Misogyny, for
misogyny that people are coding in. No, it's actually just the game sucks.
Yeah.
I think
this
it's
is like-
more. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think it's more that there's been like a bit of a recoil effect, like, you guys are coming into this like hearing so much about how it's not good, so like, of course your expectations are lower to begin with.
Yeah, that too.
I
think it's an okay game. I enjoyed playing it. It's definitely not my favorite.
I think what's really hitting me is one of probably the best villain reveal is that this is the only villain that I can think of that we truly didn't suspect anything. There was nothing to suspect. There was no hints. There was no, like, this person has a dark backstory. There was no, this person's doing something behind the scenes that we're not aware of. Every single, like, big bad, pretty early on at the beginning of the game or some point in the middle of the game or when they're even introduced is like, this person's fucking evil. And they're going to be really upfront about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent the entire game with this man with no hints that he's a shithead. Except if you're Rowan.
Except if you're me and you're like, this man is so fucking evil, I can't stand it.
Holy shit.
But I feel so crazy for thinking this because he's just a stupid idiot.
Yeah.
But I hate him so much.
This is the twist villain Disney wishes it had.
I think so my thing about this game and a couple of the other games in the series is this game I think has some extremely high highs and pretty like shitty lows, right? Like I think this game has like some really incredible moments and then like some other parts that are like not great and like kind of vacillates. And I like I said, Blackwell's like top 3 characters in the franchise for me. I love him. I love his story. I love the way this all plays out. And this is a big part of that.
Yeah. Unless there's something else, I'm also continually still baffled by the hatred of Blackwell that I see online.
Oh, really? Really?
I've
That
seen
surprises
quite
me.
a bit of like, man, prosecutors are so cool, not you. Like,
Really?
about Blackwell specifically. And not including Godot. I'm like, how do people, like, I know people are shitty about Godot for bad reasons. How are people worse about Blackwell?
I don't get that.
I don't get that at all.
There actually is a different prosecutor you haven't met who I see get worse shit on than Blackwell. Who you wouldn't have seen yet, obviously. But I see a lot of people just don't really give a shit about Blackwell.
That's so
in part because they don't give a shit about Athena. Right, and their stories are so connected that it's like hard to find value in either of them if you don't find value in the other one.
Yeah,
in my experience,
I feel like the dual destinies of this game is really more about Athena and Blackwell than it is about Apollo, and I think that's what makes it like lower on the list for me. Is like this isn't really about Apollo.
No, and they shouldn't call this Apollo Justice Trilogy. Like,
no, that was just a retroactive because like the next game does have more focus on Apollo and rightfully so. So like it's bookended by Apollo, but
it
like
has
in the
a lot
middle.
bigger emphasis on Apollo and Apollo's life and like him as the
never
as a
finds out
main
who his
character.
mom is. Oh, God, I need Ace Attorney 7 more than anything now. And I haven't even played 6, but I need Ace Attorney
6
7.
is really good. You're gonna enjoy it.
6 is fucking. Oh my god.
Okay,
yes.
we gotta keep going because I want to see more of this.
You still
before
need to
I
see
end.
how this game sticks the landing.
Yeah.
It does
Say
stick the
really
landing
quick.
for you. Yeah.
Part of the not liking this game might just be because it's number 5. Like, I haven't really seen any downturns, and I've only played like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 5th game. They just kept going. It's like, why are they still making these games?
So it might have just be fatigue, because like I said, seems like an Ace Attorney game to me.
I mean, this game is extremely an Ace Attorney game in a lot of ways, which is kind of the problem. It's like the very stereotypical Ace Attorney game. Anyway.
Yeah.
Did you say the justice we trust? Because I gotta hear
In
it.
justice we trust.
For Ace Attorney game for better and for worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
And his concern for Simon was just all one big act?
Because you gotta have to get close to him.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again.
Fuck, I love this.
So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart.
He's too emotional like a girl.
that monster killed Clay. He had me completely fooled.
Someone go get him. Stop talking about him and go get him, please. He is
Come
a
to think of
serial
it.
killer.
He's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter to court, too.
There it is.
A scumbag even made me turn on Athena. Damn it. How the hell did I fall for all that?
For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. Ugh.
He didn't need to take the gun. He didn't need to get rid of the gun because it's just his gun.
It's just his. He just kept it. It's still on his person.
Your Honor, the defense demands to question Detective Bobby Fulbright. If he just like switched out his actual like work piece with whatever spy gun he has, no one would notice, I bet.
Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess, and then Detective Fulbright will take the stand.
Oh my god. Gumshoe and Emma, where are you? You need to restore the good name of the police department. Yeah. Holy shit. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, I...
Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight.
You got it, boss.
No, you got it. You do it.
Keep repressing.
You do it.
I will do nothing for the rest of this game.
You do it.
No.
I don't want to voice Phoenix. That's for the rest of the game. I want it to be you two. You do something.
Apollo!
Ugh. Well, this is awkward.
You're a dumbass.
Athena, can you do me a favor?
Forgive me. Is that what he's gonna say?
Huh? What is it?
Could you punch me, please?
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Aw.
Yeah, he is truly a guy.
Oh, what? Why would I do that?
You just gotta punch someone, and then you're good, and you're clean, and you're equal.
Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me.
Stop talking about the seed.
I'm really sorry that I didn't trust. Ouch!
Pearl.
Don't be such a dope! I was really touched by what you did.
Oh.
Huh? Now what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. I really do. But what is faith without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really, fully trust her.
You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo?
But you did.
That was barely a punch.
You didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago.
Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again.
Guess I now know who to call if I ever get sleepy in court.
Looks like you have some promising young people working under you.
Mia. Edward. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. They're not afraid to keep me in line. That'd be truly insane if they just had Pearl channel Mia right now. You fucking batshit.
Anyway, I have some very good news. Aura Blackwood has surrendered, and the hostages have been set free.
And the hostages promised to not press charges because she's right. Trucy
Trucy
and
and-
all the others? Oh, thank goodness.
Miss Blackwell said she had something she really needed to do. So I granted her special permission to do what she must.
I wonder what it is. I'm here now.
Hi.
What's up? Miss Blackwell! I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions are what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come out.
But I did come because I had something to say to all of you.
Miss Aura.
She better not be here to complain about something.
Phoenix.
She better not be here to bitch. Fucking bitch. Took my daughter.
Miss Blackwell, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault.
Yes, it's true. The courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me.
Oh, Miss Aura. Does this mean that you're starting to trust the system again?
Oh, absolutely the fuck not. No, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk. It's just... I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Metis' killer down.
Leave it to us. We'll get him.
So I guess that means she's starting to trust us. Us, at least.
Aura,
Simon. I'm so glad you and the little princess are cleared of all suspicion. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful.
I never imagined you would go that far. But though you always were extreme. I don't recall ever requesting your help.
As closed as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in a slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'd probably give me the death penalty.
You know me all too well.
Haha, yeah, I was gonna
Both
kill you.
Freaks.
I would sell your soul to Satan for one corn chip. That angry little bird.
I got
She's
you out
like,
of prison.
I would do the same.
Yeah, except I did save your life explicitly. I am going to prison because I was saving your life. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their cases.
I truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though, because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the Styx just yet.
And that is news to Athena, who is just here.
You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish.
Simon. Oh! No! Ah! I am so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that.
Aura,
Alright. That's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center. What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. No, she was right. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother.
I mean, she held a lot of hostages and threatened to kill them. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know
She
that she's in the right.
She was right.
illegal valid. I think he's exactly right.
Illegal.
He did threaten a child.
Yeah.
Did threaten to kill the child first.
Which is maybe a little bit
She
immoral.
was justified.
We can forgive her.
We
Look,
can forgive her.
these kinds
The
of
Not
law
saying she's
did
nothing wrong.
unforgivable.
She didn't actively attempt murder on any of them. It's just unlawful imprisonment. So that's like what?
Well,
5
she
years?
threatened.
She threatened, but that's not attempted. If you don't actually try, a threat is not going to put you in jail, unless it's a bomb threat. But
I think there's like conspiracy to commit murder, which she
Yeah,
might.
conspiracy to yeah. That is a thing that you can get in trouble
I
for.
think she should only be in jail for like 5 years, and then we come back after the time jump, and she's out of prison.
Still
Okay.
can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom.
I can't believe he killed Clay.
And she meets a nice little doctor to settle down with.
Right, and murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor.
Little Athena.
Yes, sorry, I forgot that out both of them. I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Edgeworth. I love you, Edgeworth. Get the fuck out of here.
I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand.
You got your own game series. Get out of here.
That was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man of my position to stand in court.
The last time someone in my position was in court, she was convicted of assisting a murderer.
Sir,
Please make sure to get the electrocuting thing off of him. Yeah, especially get maybe the controller off of Fulbright, too.
the formal paperwork has yet to be filed, but you are hereby conditionally released. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity. And uncover the truth by your own hand. I'm much obliged. Yes!
Look at his titties.
The day to part with these has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you?
Oh, I don't actually have the key for that. Shit, I'm gonna need to find... Who has the key for this?
Oh, Fulbright.
Ah, shit.
Bailiff.
Oh, God.
God, the sprites in this are so scuffed. How long have I waited?
Yeah, no, I don't want to be so zoomed in on his mouth.
Maybe it's a sense of freedom, but even the air
really
seems
big.
fresher, the light brighter. And I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Blackguard. Oh, very good.
Kill him.
You have to do him British, or you just run into, like, landmines of words that otherwise don't work.
That blackguard.
They just don't work.
I have to be able to read his heart to know how happy. I don't have to be able to
I
read his
don't.
heart to know how happy he is. You would have to be. I can't tell. This man's a brick fucking wall. Yeah.
I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet.
Get back
I
in
fucking
there.
love her.
We're angry.
We've still got a trial to finish.
It's okay to cry, Athena. I promise. Also, I'm also piecing. You two figure this out. Bye! I'm gonna be a mentor for once.
Prosecutor Blackwell. Mr. Wright. Please avenge Clay's death for me.
No, you and Athena avenge the deaths. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to the defense's bench with me. No, not... Okay.
I am?
Yeah, well, I can't expect Athena to assist me now, can I? She's the defendant. Whatever. Whatever. What? Who's Maya? I've never heard of her. That leaves you, Apollo.
But are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything.
Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you're all I've got.
Thank you, Mr. Rat.
Apollo?
Athena. I can say it with all my heart now.
You're gonna be fine.
I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're gonna prove it to the world.
Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
Yes. Oh!
So, you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right? Right.
The music's
Because I'm
really
fine
loud.
It is really loud.
No, keep the jacket on. Keep the jacket on.
jacket.
My arms are no longer broken.
He was being dramatic.
I know.
I love that he was just fully like,
This dude's
one
so
guy.
gay. His felt little waist.
Mhm. Now,
he's a little bug.
this is the Apollo I know.
Welcome back, Apollo.
You said he was fine.
Why those hips? Why that
almost time
waist
for the
so
trial to
small,
restart.
Apollo?
waste.
So it looks like you have things well in hand.
Our man to hold.
Yep.
I should head back to the prosecutor's office.
But why?
I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago. The facial data registered by the robot.
That's a good question.
And Detective Fulbright's background.
Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks.
Please
Hi,
send
Dave.
that to us when you find that information. Send it to us and not just Black Quill, please.
I expect to be repaid with a victory, right? Now, if you'll excuse me.
Bye, Annie. Okay, you two all set to go?
You bet I am.
Let's do this.
Look at him.
Perfect timing. No, come on.
Yeah,
this is it.
seriously.
The final battle. Just end it.
Please, God.
The murder of Apollo's boyfriend. The courtroom bombing incident. The murder of Aura's girlfriend. Milfriend.
Friend.
And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for all of it, for it all to justice today. Because in justice we truly trust us. That guy's a fraud. I'm shocked there's no to be continued on that one.
So we already
Okay.
got the halfway.
Yeah,
to
that's
be
true.
continued.
Holy shit. We gotta finish this in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we will definitely finish
Yeah.
it next
But
stream.
no stream next week?
No, I'm gonna, because next week's Thanksgiving. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yes, of
be
course.
traveling. I will be not here. So we will finish it in 2 weeks, which is very good because if we had gone another week, I don't know what my schedule is looking like after 2 weeks from now. Because my family is going to be in this state for a good chunk of that month, and I don't know where people are going to be when, and I don't know what I'm doing.
So
So-
next time we finish it, no matter what.
Next time we finish, okay, maybe matter if we go past 4 a.m. again, because it's happened before.
Maybe
That
not that
definitely cannot happen. There is not that much game left.
Just bits all the way down.
Like,
Oh my god.
I could maybe potentially see it going like an hour later.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not 5.
Right. Oh my god, this is such a good reveal. I'm so happy. That's so
But like
bad.
we did get about as far as I expected us to get tonight, so I'm pretty confident we can finish next. Like within stream time
Nice.
next week.
Nice.
No, 2
nice.
weeks from
I
now.
wish we could like zoom in on the pictures. It's fine. God damn, it's a good fucking reveal. Anyway,
It was extremely funny. You two were freaking out, and I was trying not to laugh so hard.
I could hear you smiling on your next line.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
yeah.
here's what, can I just like the crazy thing that I thought was true?
Sure.
This is, I don't think this, so I at one point knew that there was a phantom character. Like I knew that was a thing. Like I'd heard of the Phantom before. And I also had seen something about there being 2 Black Quills. And I thought that meant that something that like the Black Quill, like that this Black Quill was like, whatever, like an imposter Black Quill or like a secret twin. It was Aura, right? But like I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And I asked somebody like, is there something with 2 Black Quills? I think I asked Levi, and I asked it in a really weird way. And Levi's like, yes, because there are 2 Black Quills. There's Aura, right?
Yeah.
I didn't. So I thought there was going to be like a. I thought that's what I thought was happening.
Yeah.
Also, because I had just finished playing the Sexy Brutale, and one of the characters in it is Aurum, A-U-R-U-M,
Yeah,
as a
that's true.
masculine name, and I had like scrolled past it really fast and seen the name Aura, and thought there were
Aurum
like
Blackwell.
thought they were twins.
Yeah.
Right? I thought there was a twin brother that was gonna show up, and then I realized it was Aura, and I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
I
Sexy
just missed
Brutale's
it.
good. Holy shit. Okay. On Monday or on Sunday we're doing Silent Hill. That's gonna be
Oh
fun.
no.
It's gonna be real spicy.
We're in the spook towns.
We're gonna finish up the hospital. The hospital. And then on Monday we'll be entering Lineru, Jabu. I forgot what they've called it in this game. Seaside town, whatever.
Jabul Lake?
Yeah,
Village?
Jabul Lake or something.
Waters, maybe?
Jabul Waters, because there's ocean and there's.
Well, there's
fish.
SEESYDE Seaside.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
And there's
And
freshwater.
SUTHORN Southern.
Yes.
Where there's a couple of like names that are like misspellings of words for village names. It's pretty cool.
Yep. There are freshwater Zora and saltwater Zora. We've not met any of those yet.
That's wild. Okay.
We
Yeah,
just
we
keep
haven't met
hearing
them
about
yet.
them, and we don't know about them yet. Anyway, we're gonna do that next time. On Monday at least. And then Friday I'm not streaming, but we will come back to this in 2 weeks. So
Yay.
yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.